Welcome everybody, it is round 1 here at Donington National Circuit Layout. I got it right this time. I got the whole thing right. Look at me, I'm so professional. I'm so happy with myself. I'm just so great, haven't I? Welcome one and all here at Donington for round 1 of the RacingSimRigs World Series. Track length of 30.16 kilometers. It's 8 o'clock in the morning at an altitude of 91.92 meters above sea level. Well done for doing my job. Yes. It's clear skies with a 16 kilometer per hour southwesterly wind. Myself and Craig King always on the helm. Track temperature is actually not too bad. Track temperature is only at 18 degrees Celsius with a 65 degree freedom unit temperature. Pretty cold for England, even though it is England. Pretty cold though for track temperature, I imagine, Craig.
Especially when you think right now it is... good evening, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get that out of the way. It is the 4th of January is, I believe, the time they're using. Unless they've got it in the wrong format again, but it would definitely be the 4th of January with a track temperature of 18 Celsius. As you were saying earlier, I think what the current temperature, air temperature is what, about... Yeah, I can't find it, but I tell you what is interesting. Humidity of 79%. Now, normally on a hot track, we look at that and we say, oh, it's a little bit, you know, going to cause a little bit of sliding and stuff. It's going to be interesting, especially on a 1 minute track. You know, we're seeing times of 104s, 103s, and another thing to point out is you were saying the weather and the wind. The wind is very interesting. Southwesterly winds at 15 kilometers an hour. Now, to give you an idea of where north is on this track, if you have the start line flat, then that is west to east, because that is the start line. It's west to east. So you're looking at a southwesterly wind. And you're talking about McLean's, the old hairpin, Hollywood, basically turn 2. Those are the corners you're going to have that wind. You know, you're going to be fighting with the wind. So, promises to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the start of the RSL World Series. And Donington is just an amazing track. I really like. I'll tell you, here's Lyndon Lee for Vernon Racing Team, VRT. I would love to take you all on a lap around here because I have driven the Audi around here. I think a lot of people have driven the Audi around here. So let's just go on board with Lyndon as he's coming out of the Fogarty S's onto the start-finish line. Now, you will see your braking point right as you get to 5th. You want to go down to about 2nd once you hit this blue line there. Almost a blue cone for the pit lane. Come down to 3rd, maybe a 2nd. He decides not to. Keeps it in 2nd into Redgate. Now around to Hollywood. This is the corner. You've got that wind now coming. So southwesterly winds. Here it is. Into the crown of your curves. You want to keep it flat there. You might have to lift and then braking late.
Oh,
He's cooked it at the old hairpin. But what can he do? Let's just see if he keeps it going. Because he's got some gaps. So we'll keep on board with Lyndon as we just take you around the track, because it's not a track you see a lot on iRacing nowadays. Now he comes into McLean's. Brakes again late, and he's sliding that car. That humidity is playing havoc, losing the car a little bit.
He's not got temperature in the tires.
No, into Coppers he goes, and look at the Coppers. That's again, it's another flat corner. You brake for the first part of Coppers, and then it's flat out for the rest of it. Down the Dunlop straight, and he's just decided to just leave himself a little bit of gap for the next lap. Here's the Fogarty S's. That's right, the Fogarty S's. We go to the S's. We do not go the other way to the hairpins. That's Donington. Unfortunately, I cursed Lyndon because he lost it.
No, when you cursed him, you sent him to the grass realm because he was out there for a while ploughing the fields. This being England, of course, you know, famous for fields.
Right now, it's not a combine harvester. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you, ain't been doing a combine harvesting right now. It's Ben Smith. Ben Smith was pole at the moment for 104.087.
A change from last week, by the way.
Pardon?
There's a change from last week. I see a name, car number 96, but it's had a change of its name.
Oh, car number 96. Yes.
Goes from
like to
amateur
explain?
to pro.
No, Christian Foes always was pro.
No, he was amateur last week.
No, you're thinking of the Super Trofeo series. He's
Oh.
an amateur there. But because he won the amateurs in Season 2, he is now a pro.
I forgot that happened. I just see Lamborghini. I'm just like, this is the Super Trofeo.
But by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because of the nature of the track, usually all the amateurs go out instead of qualifying lap, then all the pros. They're splitting everything up, so we're getting the slower of the amateurs out first, and then we'll get the rest of the amateurs afterwards. So you can see the timing towers at the moment. It shows 10 amateurs ranging in 103s to 105s at the back. Ben Smith, though, with a 103.932 on his second lap. That's a great time. But, I mean, let's give it up for Matt Heatrick, though, in the Twisted Racing BMW, because a BMW doing a 104.307 around here is no easy feat. Because this is not a track for the BMWs. I mean, you will see the Lamborghinis and Audi just dominate around here today.
Especially when it's taller than the Eiffel Tower. In comparison to like the Lamborghini, it's very wide, but its height profile is very small. The Audi is the same way, you know. There's even not one but two McLarens out there today.
Yeah, a couple of McLarens as well. No Fords.
No Fords.
Don't get me started on. No, don't get me started on that. Shut up.
There's a few a few Fezzers.
A few Fezzers, as we always see. Lindmo, Hakon Idi Lindmo, and Chris Chatterton driving the Ferraris. Chatterton, of course, for Eclipse Racing. Lindmo, I think he's Eclipse as well. But like I said, we're waiting for the second round of amateurs, which
they're
are the faster
up.
amateurs. Yeah, which are the faster amateurs. Looking, Ted Bradbury's not there. That's a bit of a shame. Ted Bradbury is the one I really wanted to watch because of his heroics last week in his first race, really making up a lot of places, but not there at the moment, which is a shame because he did a 103.925 in practice, which would have put in the second fastest amateur behind Callum Beaumont, who did a 103.763. So that's a shame. So you want to be keeping an eye on Callum Beaumont, definitely. And look at him. Look at him. He's ready. He's just waiting to be told by Race Control to go out on the track. You can just see it right now.
You've got two laps to qualify. You need to make these work. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting in the back of this race.
Look at him. He's just so energetic. He wants to do this.
Just see.
He's like, come on.
Let's see if I can. I was gonna put a teaser. Do I want to put a teaser? No, I won't put a teaser. Nah. No teasers today.
Oh, no teasers.
I wanted to do a teaser, but I didn't. At the same time, I was just like, while we're waiting for the top of AM to do their qualifying. To be fair,
well, I know we can.
I do see something that we can improve on, though.
What is that?
You know. Remember when they I wasn't in Formula 1. What sport was it? You would have like a group of cars go out a second apart. You thought Will was Will is amateur in the Super Trofeo.
Yeah, Will had a change due to his ranking. They made a last-minute change to his position, so he is now a
professional racing driver. As we see the amateurs, they're still waiting. I think they're just about to let them go. Remember, we will have to have a little bit of an intermission. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Oh, Jesse Jones coming back to say hi to his parents. But who's the mom and who's the dad?
Okay, I'm just waiting to see what's going on right now. Just a little bit.
No,
of
we're just waiting. We're just
amateurs.
we're waiting for the It's the best sort of like, you know, hey amateurs, if you want to qualify, now's a chance.
While they're doing that, because this is the first race of the RacingSimRigs World Series, it's the third season, and if you've not seen the event before, it is GT Freeze. We're talking GT3s in a pro and an amateur category. So they are racing on the same together. There's no multi-class racing per se. They do get split up. After we do the qualifying, we go into another session and we split the pros so they all start at the front and the amateurs at the back. This just decides where they are in their respective field. Winner of each category wins a sim rig provided by RacingSimRigs.
No Travis Wall to hit a wall. I'm sorry.
So, schedule, of course, we come tonight. Two races at Donington. It's the sprint races. There are sprint races and endurance races throughout the season. So, two 30-minute races at Donington tonight, and it's going to be fantastic. If you raced at VRS earlier in the season, you will know how fun this track is. Next week, the day after my birthday, the endurance race, an hour and 15 minutes at Daytona. If you thought you were bored of Daytona, oh boy, we're going to do it all over again for another hour and 15 minutes. After that, we go to Road America, 2 sprint races at Road America, and then 2 sprint races at Interlagos. And yes, it may be hot, like it is this week. March 3rd, we go to the endurance race, Spa, 1 hour and 15 at Spa, and then we go to America for Sebring. 2 sprint races at Sebring. It decided the championship last season. This season, it just warms everybody up. It's moving day. Then we come to the flagship of the series, March 17th. Write it in your diary or put it on your phones or your computer. March 17th, an hour and 15 around the Nordschleife. It is a staple of the series and always brings out some great racing. Then we go back to England.
I was about to say some great last minute heroics from cars that really shouldn't have crossed the line.
Yeah, no, the whole story about that. I can't wait to see who gets that honor this season. Sorry. After Nordschleife, March 24th, 2 sprint races at Alton Park. Sorry, I don't say why I say Olin. It's Alton Park. Then we go to Road Atlanta for 2 sprint races, and then April 7th we finish it all off with an endurance race, an hour and 15 at Monza. I mean, the whole schedule looks fantastic when you look at it. You know, I mean, Interlagos is fantastic for racing, fantastic for overtakes, and no matter what series you race in. Road Atlanta always is great for these cars and that type of series. The Nordschleife we've already talked about. Sebring, we've seen some great stuff at Sebring. Monza's Monza. You've got to race at Spa. It just promises to be good, and to start at Donington, I love it.
I've actually never seen a race play out here.
Well, VRS earlier in the season came here, and it was brilliant. I did some racing, really loving the racing. There's not a lot of overtaking chances around here. The straights, of course, at Dunlop and Wheatcroft, which is the start-finish line. You can make overtakes. Into Redgate, you can make an overtake, which is turn 1. You can make it in the S's. I have seen cars go too wide in the S's. Old Hairpin. If you beat them on braking, if you're side by side, you can make it. Same with McLean's. There's not a lot of overtaking. You've got to be patient, especially when it's not a pit stop race, because a pit stop race usually decides a lot of it. As we just see the qualifying, Thomas Dandridge just shoots up to the 103.905. Callum Bowman with a 103.997 for 3rd. But Dandridge on his last lap, what a lap that was to come out of it. When you think that his first lap was a 140.130, taking 2/10 of its time there. We do have some more still qualifying. Ted Bradbury was the name I was saying let's keep our eyes on. Coming around the S's right now, what does he have in the tank? And a 104.299 as he crossed at the line is going to be a 104.194, so he does not move up.
Henning Haig. Where do they go? Oh, 17th. 105.027. So we now get to see where is our boys with the pro toys. I mean, they're in the pits. I know that much. But they need to sneak out onto the pit lane. And there's one person in particular that I want to see. Where is he? Where is the one person I need to see? Oh, there's Matt.
I knew you were after it.
You're all right, Matt.
Good evening, Matt. Evening, Matt. Thanks for what you did today for Captain Tom. Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah, appreciate all the good things you're doing. You know, just make sure that you be safe in the car, Matt. Gas pedal is a bit feisty today in this car, Matt.
So one of the things I want to point out. You know, he was talking about how this track was like an Audi Lamborghini type track. How Matt Heatrick had a really good time in the first set of qualifiers. The top 6: Audi, Lambo, Lambo, Audi, Lambo, Audi, and then Matt Heatrick in 7th with a BMW. Then the Ferrari. So that just gives you an idea of how these cars, the Audi and the Lambo are practically the same car, and it just gives you an idea of what you're looking at. So
the Lamborghini is better.
Oh, I will say, I don't know if you saw it. The overlay, because of how long the name of the car is, it doesn't catch everything.
Oh yeah. No, that's a me thing.
Yeah, it's no longer a Lamborghini. It's a Bugini. It's just called a Bugini.
Yeah, it's
so
called
Jonas Dreyer Jonas Dreyer in the Bugini, just behind Chris Daines right now, who's in the Audi. Will we see any other Buginis? Well, Casper de Court's in a BMW. Christian Furz in an Audi. Here comes Harry Melvin in a Ferrari. That'd be interesting. I am curious to see how it goes with these non-Audi family cars. Is that the best way to call them instead of Audi and Lamborghini? They are the same family, aren't they?
In terms of what, though? Like, I know the engines are the same, but the chassis, I would imagine, would be different.
I thought it was all based off an Audi.
On the real car, maybe. On like the actual like production cars, maybe. But no, I doubt it on the race cars.
Pass.
Because the bodywork's completely different. At least that's what I like to think. I like to think that Lamborghinis just have hidden machine guns in the race cars. And just instead of just racing for position, they shoot at the tires of their competitors.
What? What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? A Lamborghini is every 10-year-old person's dream car to own.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Well, oh, you're over 30, so yours would have been a Morris Minor.
What? Hey, actually, I'll tell you what. I would have a Woody any day of the week. Okay.
What's a Woody?
I would have a Woody any day of the week.
What's a Woody?
A Morris Minor. A Morris Minor. It's a Woody.
That's what they call it.
Any car that is made with wood is a Woody. They call it a Woody. A Morris Minor Traveller is a Woody.
Yeah, but you could say that for...
You've seen a Morris Minor Traveller?
No.
Have you not seen a Morris Minor Traveller?
It looks like
It's got wooden panels. Look, it got wooden panels on the back. Right? You're googling this now, aren't you?
That is not the kind of thing you should be saying. What, Woody?
Honestly, anybody who knows British classic cars know that a Morris Minor is called a Woody. Because the whole back of the car is supported. It doesn't have a chassis. It has the chassis, but the whole back of the car is done by. It's all held together by the wooden frames. It's a Woody.
But look, I mean Lamborghinis. Come on. And also,
as a kid, yeah, fast cars.
If YouTube doesn't understand satire or jokes, then
as a kid, yeah, fast cars, definitely. Lamborghini, I don't think so. I was more Ferrari man.
Don't get your Woody. Oh no. I've seen. I know. Now that you mention, I think I have seen a Woody.
Oh, hello, Harry Melvin. Harry Melvin has dived into the pits, so obviously he's decided not to set a lap.
As has Thomas Axe. He's not setting a lap either.
Ash, yeah. So the first car to be setting a lap right now will be Josh Falcon. In fact, he's about to cross the... No, he's already... I take it back. He is starting his first lap.
Harry got a... Oh, no, he got to stop and... Oh, no, he got a black flag. Oh, no. Oh, poor Harry. Race 1, it's all gone wrong. In the pits, oh dear.
So you're going to be seeing a few cars with some times of 2 minutes or 3 minutes. These are the guys who, unfortunately, their pit stall was behind the start line. So iRacing gives them a time. So at the moment, we're not seeing anybody setting a lap. Like I said, I think Josh Falkus will be the first one to set a lap time. I might be wrong. No, Jan Bowl. Actually, it's Christian Furz. No, Christian Furz. It's
Jonas Dreyer,
Furz,
but no, Jonas Dreyer bet him to it.
I lost track, but Jonas Dreyer, as you can see, a 103.749. The pros now, those green names are starting to populate the board. Chris Daines, a 103.967. Christian Furs, a 104.087. Casper de Court in that BMW, 104.110. Dennis Van Asch, a 104.252. You are starting to see them populate, but Dreyer, at the moment, in the Lamborghini, is currently pole. Almost cooked. He's cooked it. He has cooked it at Coppice. So he will not get another lap. So that's Dreyer for 103.749. Dane's coming around the S's right now. What can he do? Can he find those 2 tenths to take provisional pole? Crossed the line. It's a 103.912.
Poor. I just cut across the Taylor lane, and I just saw him having the Sandman moment. Oh, he went off track on his second lap. He's going to be stuck in 20th. As a best case, 20th is what he can do. Harry, he's back out. He's cleared his black flag. And he's going to have to... It's going to be a one-lap wonder for him. Because he's already eaten into 1 lap, technically. So he'll have to do an outlap. And he'll only have...
Melvin, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. He'll only have 1 chance to set a lap. So he must make it count. And as you can see, the rest of the... Crikey, I think that's the first half of the pros setting the laps. Ma's waiting to get out and do her lap.
Oh, that's an off track for Melvin. That's an off track for Melvin. Out of McLean's, that is a clear off track.
Yeah, but that's his out lap.
Is it his out lap?
Yeah, this is his out lap. Yeah, because he only pulled out.
Oh, right, yeah. You're right, yeah. As you can see as well, Josh Falkus did get a 103.901, beating Chris Daines by 2 thousandths. He beat Chris Daines. So really close battling there between them. But Harry Melvin will be the last one in this group to set a lap. He's got a 119 under his belt if he needs it, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, but he's 34. I mean, it won't reflect when they actually go to race, but at the very same time, you don't want to be the person that set a 119 around the short. What is considered the short layout for Donington.
I mean, I could do the Murray Walker right here. Now, brakes down for third, second. Comes around McLean's, hits the power, throttle, keeps going. In to the right of Coppice, down into second. Hold, and throttle, power, down he goes. Put your legs up now for the Dunlop straight. As he comes down to the fog of the S's, brakes hard in a minute. Brakes, and down he goes into third, down to second. He turns right, left, straight on. And that is a lap there for Melvin. I can't do a Murray Walker, as you can tell.
This is incredible. Hey. Oh, no. He's 13th.
One of my favourite things from Murray Walker was when he would go through the chicane. Now, right, left. I just loved it.
Are we... Oh, I thought that was Will Egby first. No, I think it's James Armstrong first. Is that James Armstrong first? I just saw the Queen. I was just like, hang on a minute. Is that Armstrong with Ma?
I swear, if the whole Project Dynamic team have gone with the Queen helmets.
We go ahead and check the other Project Dynamic. So we have got Milan Tikins. I can't see his helmet. Where is Eggy? He's not out yet. So we're going to have a helmet check. This is Jesse Jones. Welcome back. Will Egby. Welcome back. Axe. Oh, no. He has to set us... Oh, Antonio. Hey, that's McLaren. And Campbell. Oh. All right.
You forgot about Sean, didn't you?
I forgot about Sean and Nicolas Cage. Oh dear. What's even worse is the visor. Like, it'd be all right if the visor didn't stretch the face, so it's like it kind of makes them look like they've got like goggles on. like when you're in the water.
So we're gonna have Sean Campbell in a McLaren. We got a Lamborghini of Louis Eckerson, a McLaren of Antonio Samaraco in the Huskenfeld car. Another Lamborghini, it says Milan Tikins, an Audi of Oscar Copa, current champion. Jesse Jones, runner-up from last season, Audi. Will Egby, Audi. James Armstrong, Audi. So we don't have any BMWs. Misery as well, who's come out, and Harry Wills has come out, both Audi. So we do, and Thomas Axe as well, Audi. So I'm curious to see what these two McLarens are going to do compared to the two Audis. If I'm brutally honest, that's who I'm looking out for more than these Audis.
And Oscar Cooper getting his tires very warm, a bit warmer than he was expecting. He did a paraslide and went into the grass, so he's having to fix his little calamity. But I think he's just trying to get temperature in the tires. Not the best way to do it, if I'm going to be honest, but sometimes you know, these things happen.
Right, James Armstrong will. So James Armstrong will be the first one to set a lap, then Will Egby, then Jesse Jones, and then Oscar Cooper. So that is who we're looking out for. James Armstrong will be coming around first. How fast do you think he's going on the start-finish straight? Well, you can see right away. Comes to about 230 kilometers an hour, then hits the brakes hard. I love this first corner. It's just so nice to get it right because you're almost... Some guys like to go down to third and then, as they're hitting the apex, go to second. They like to just delay that second gear just to help them turn. As you would see as well around here at the old chicane. I don't know why they call it the old chicane. The old hairpin, sorry. I mean, it's not very hairpinny.
Maybe the definition of hairpin was different back in the olden days. Maybe a hairpin was like for anything that was like if you had to like turn the wheel more than just a few centimeters to the right or to left.
I don't know. I'll have to look at like the old days to just see what the track used to look like. But there must be a reason for it. But it's so nice how quickly these laps come around because Armstrong is already at the S's. He's going to be the first car to set a lap. And what is it going to be? Oh, we are waiting. It's a 103.502. He takes the lead. Oscar Cooper. What's happened to Oscar Cooper? Has he gone in and out? I think he might have had the same issue. Well, wait. Sorry, Jonas Dreyer, then 103. James Armstrong, 103.502. Jesse Jones, 103.658. Milan Tikins goes pole. 103.485. And Sam Morocco, the first McLaren, 103.820. And Sean Campbell, the second McLaren, 103.59 for Thomas Axe. Will be next. He goes 8th, 103.824. And here comes Egerton and Mesery. I don't think they have taken... Oh, what's happened to those two? That's a very slow lap from Egerton.
Well, look at this car. What happened? Louis, the idea is that you don't crash.
Okay, so I don't know if you've got it on the replay. I'll give a quick rundown to everyone. He goes early on the power. He clipped. He loses the car coming out the S to start his first lap. And yeah.
Oh. Poor Aki. Oh.
Meanwhile, Armstrong retakes pole. 103.283. Campbell coming across the line. Does he go faster? He goes faster. He takes P2 at 103.371. Tikins could not improve. Well, and now he goes to fourth. Thomas Axe goes 103.431. Jesse Jones for RSR with the 6.16. Oscar Cooper, he's got one lap to do it, I believe. He's got to cross the line at 103.607. Only good enough for sixth. Mesery goes 11th. Wow, that was a very quick times there at the end.
Sean Campbell gets to sit on pole. I think that's the first time he's actually
No, James Armstrong, but Sean Campbell's on the second row, on the first row.
Nice. Let's go ahead and get those qualifying results up on your screens.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, these are not the starting positions for the first race. The amateurs will get put to the back of the pros, but it does decide where they start. So James Armstrong, of course, pole position. 103.283 with Sean Campbell side by side, and McLaren there in the top, two McLarens in the top 10, and Sean Campbell for 103.371. Thomas Axe for 103.431 side by side with Harry Wills, who's doing a 103.438. Milan Tikins is fifth, a 103.458. He's got company in the form of Oscar Cooper for 103.607. Jesse Jones seventh for 103.616, and Will Egby a 103.667 in 8th. 9th is Jonas Dreyer, 103.749, and Antonio Stamaraco, 103.820. 10th, the other McLarens. So yeah, like I said, two McLarens in the top 10. Mustafa Mezzeri, 11th, 103.860, and Thomas Dandridge is the pole position for the amateurs at 103.905. Josh Falkus then for the pros at 103.910, and Chris Danes was beaten by 2,000th of a second by Falkus. He hits a 103.912. Ben Smith will line up P2 for the amateurs with 103.932, and Christian Furs at 103.945. Callum Beaumont at 103.997 will be side by side with Zachary Yammer at 104.039. Then the two BMWs, Dennis Van Ash a 104.051, and Casper de Kort a 104.110. Josh Rayfield a 104.145, and Ted Bradbury with a 104.194. Harry Melvin, with his little excursion in the pit lanes, comes out with a 104.207, and Stefan Stefan Schlacher. Slasher. Yeah, I apologize, Stefan. He's gonna hate me for this. 104.246. Louis Higginson with no front cover, a lot of damage, but got some nice cooling for the engine for 104.350. Matt Heatrick also in that BMW. Chris Chatterton, 104.573. Julian Bell, 104.582, and 200 between Chris Hamer and Taylor Lane at 104.460 and a 104.660 respectively. Levi Johnson at 104.674. Andrew Miller at 104.8 flat, just beating Liam Ahern, who did a 104.808. Identical times on my screen for David Meakin and Mark Bailey at 104.837. Meakin takes the higher position. Daniel Merchant a 104.840. Simon Dodd 104.976, and quickly into the 105s with Henning Haig a 105.027. John Williams a 105.263. Dean Timms a 105.286. Mark Fleming a 105.353, and then Lyden Lee a 105.637.
Are you ready to race?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, of course I am.
I'm ready. I mean, I'm not racing. I'm ready to watch racing. If that's what you're after.
We'll have to wait for the session to go up first, though.
Okay. We'll wait for that.
While we do that, let's get. Do we have any motorsport news?
Oh, there might be something that came out today. Yeah. Roman Grosjean, IndyCar, and he will be doing just the street/road circuits for IndyCar. I was listening to his press conference today, the English press conference. He actually agreed to do the ovals, and then Bahrain happened. And as you can imagine,
I can imagine he didn't want to try an oval after that.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to find the quote that he gave. For a moment, I thought I was dead in Bahrain. So he says that he may give oval a bit of a try. He might do a test drive on an oval. It won't be Indy 500. He will not be doing the Indy 500. And he won't be able to do the Indy 500 test day. It's too close to get there ready for it. So he won't be doing that. So it's just the roadside he'll be doing. Kind of like, I think Jimmy Johnson. I think there's a couple others that only do the roadside. So someone came up with a great quote about this, Rob, though, but that doing the IndyCar series and not doing the 500 is like going to a bar and asking for a pint of water. I don't understand.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, no, but I still feel, yes, I know you're not doing the Indy 500. Have you seen the wrecks? I mean, that's scary. I know we've seen some horrific incidents in IndyCar and other ovals, but the speeds you're going around Indy, and it's not a lot of banking compared to other ovals, it is scary.
When you go like 210 plus miles an hour, you start pushing up against what the real sort of like limits of what you need to do.
I remember doing the Indy 500 on iRacing last year, and I wrecked myself out. I was just amazed because the car gets tight. The car gets really tight, and if you're so used to just going flat out or not lifting a lot, and the car gets tight, and you don't think to yourself, "I need to lift." You're not lifting. The car's tight. You're turning left. Nothing's happening because of aero, and there's only one way. There's only one way you're finishing, and it's right into the wall sideways. And even that, to me, I thought that was bad. And I thought, imagine if you're driving that in real life. That's gonna be that's hard. That's a hard hit. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not not even trying the ovals. I think that's very, very good.
Well, seeing as they, at one stage during Kart's life, when they did it, they were at the Indianapolis Speedway, and the cars were doing close to about 220 miles an hour, and pulling somewhere in the region of about 5 to 6 G, and drivers were blacking out going around corners.
You can see why, when it came to Formula One, when it came to the road course, you can see now why that they changed the layout of the road course. And if you race iRacing, you will know that it's the old GP layout that you would see in, from like what F1 raced in. Now it's a different layout, and it brings better racing because they're not taking all their speed coming on to what would be IndyCar 1. Because you go the other way around the oval. You're not taking that speed.
I mean, to be fair, if we're going to be completely utterly fair about it, the only reason that they didn't race in 2005 was because Michelin forgot what tires were, and tires exploded after about 10 laps.
No, I know, but you can still see, like, and that's F1 cars only doing one banking on the oval.
Yeah, one banking caused that.
One banking caused that. And that's what I'm on about when it comes to Indy. One banking caused that. So, if that's what happened in an F1 car with one, you can imagine an Indy car.
Yeah, but that's IndyCar. IndyCar had done it. Like, after the cars were already banking at incredible speed. Like, they would have been banking at about 200 plus miles an hour. The Formula 1 cars would have actually been trying to get up to speed. They wouldn't have gotten anywhere near the speed that the Indy cars were going at. Yet the tires were still exploding. Well, Michelin tires were still exploding.
Yeah, that was a dark weekend for motorsport. I think that was probably the worst weekend in F1 in that decade. Just for what it did. Just for what it did for the market in America, for what it did for racing, what it did for publicity reasons,
I doubt there would have been any reconciliation, though, because I come from the aspect of, okay, so they have to ground the Michelin tires. How on earth are they going to reconcile them? If they tell the Bridgestone people to get stuffed, it's a bit of a yikes. If they tell them to redesign the track, that's a major yikes because the track's not spec'd for doing banking and stuff like that. So and then you run into the situation where it's just like, oh, they should have thought about this, but it's like, not really. I mean, IndyCar. Sorry, it was.
Here's one, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of what happened there is the tire wars. Okay. So tell me something. How is it NASCAR had a tire war that basically got fatalities? F1 had a tire war that caused that incident in the US Grand Prix. How do sport cars did not have a tire war when you've got people using totally different tires? Do you see what I mean? Tire war, like it or loathe it, the tire wars caused what happened that day. Do you know what I mean?
are you talking about that the tire walls on the car?
No, war. WAR.
Oh,
the tire
the
wars. The wars. Between having two different compounds and having the teams having to pick between the two different compounds. Because if everybody was racing Bridgestones that weekend, if everyone was racing one type of tire, it could have gone one way. Nobody races, or everyone races with no issues. Do you see what I mean? So that was also a catalyst to them pulling out in Pirelli for the last 12 years now. We were Pirelli, I think, maybe longer. I think they came in 2008. Somebody in chat might correct me. Someone in chat might agree with me here, but I just find it weird that NASCAR had the wars with the Hoosiers and I can't remember who it was, the Firestone. F1 had the Bridgestone and the Michelin. Sports car, you've got your Goodyear, your Michelin. I think you got some Yokohama somewhere. How is there no tire wars there?
Because it's not as important, I would imagine. And I agree with Stefan. Yeah, not as important.
Yeah, I guess.
With the very high performance cars that do not have bop tires. If you have the best tires on the grid, you automatically gain an advantage. So in sports cars, where I'm assuming there is bop.
Yeah, there is bop.
Yeah, so
bop.
So you can also balance for the fact that if Yokohama made some unobtainium god tier like compound, just blasted everybody away, they could just bop the teams and be like, okay, you guys are going like 3 seconds a lap quicker. Sit down.
Yeah,
but you can't do that. You can't do that in F1 because, well, they don't. The entire idea of F1 is to be okay. So with the right amount of money, well, it used to be with any amount of money. It's now turning into with the right amount of money. Can you make something that is so edge cutting, that you can literally cut through air as fast as you can? But you don't have that, like you have that in IndyCar as well to an extent, but I mean it's a one chassis system. But with sports cars, it's mainly down to the drivers and how they interact with the car.
Yeah, no, I see your point. I just feel that I think we're probably past that now because we've seen the bad times, especially like I said with NASCAR. I don't think we'll see a tire war again. People may not like the Pirelli sometime. I agree, but
I think
it's good that we've got one compound. You know, in one company doing everything for these type of races.
I think the reason why people dislike the Pirellis is because they got a very bad rep on their initial year, where they themselves were just exploding for no apparent reason because Pirelli couldn't get the compound right for the F1 cars. They were trying their best. And ever since then, the stigma has been there constantly. So,
I mean, I must admit, I still feel that the 70th anniversary Grand Prix was a great race because of like the top teams could not cope with the tires in that heat. Now the British Grand Prix was different. I did not like that with the tires going lasting for so long. That's different. Because I do not like seeing tyres where, oh, sorry, there's a safety car on lap 15. Right, everyone on the hard. That's it. Like, well, where's the strategy? You know, where's the strategy?
That is strategy, though.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe because I've said it before. When I come from the refueling era. I come from the era of Michael Schumacher taking 3 pit stops to win an Imola type thing. But having the idea of being able to pit at different times is a strategy. But if you come in at lap 15 of like 50, all go on the hard tyre, that's boring. But you get the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, and you've got Max Verstappen in the Red Bull car with no issue with the heat with the tyres, McLaren not knowing what on earth to do with the tyres because of the heat. For me, it was a fantastic thing, and sometimes I feel maybe Pirelli should just go softer, just to have that, because we're not saying tyre failures, but if you go for something softer, then the drivers have to learn to use their tyres better. Because at the moment, it's just at a certain time, put the hardest compound on and just get on with it. And I don't like that.
I mean, to be fair, it also depends on how much time you can make up. I mean, you come from an era where Bridgestone were basically the suppliers for Ferrari, and everybody else was just like, or everybody else that raced Bridgestone when the tire wars were occurring. We're basically in the situation Mitchell won't take us, and we're basically running Ferrari's tires, and they're seemingly going fast. So let's take that. But
you want to know a bit of fun? I don't know if you remember this. This was how big the tire wars were, because Michelin basically did everybody but like 3 teams or 4 teams. If every car on the podium was a Bridgestone tire user, the podium would have red lights flashing.
What do you mean?
Honestly, there would be like red strobe lights above the podium that would normally, like. And I remember Murray Walker talking about it, and it happened. If all the cars on the podium were Bridgestone tires, lights would flash to say, "Hey, it's an all Bridgestone podium." It was publicity.
Ah, I see.
Because everyone drove Michelin, apart from those guys. So if those guys just dominated everybody, Bridgestone good. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but what?
It's like when you see the advert. It's like when you see the adverts for like cars promoting racing events. You know what I mean? Like Porsche with their famous Le Mans advert saying not everyone's perfect, winning 8 of the 9 years at Le Mans, like that type of advert. You use that type of thing to promote stuff. And if you see a car with Bridgestones winning a race, are you going to go to the dealership for your car and go, "I want some Michelins on my tyres, please"? No, you'll be going Bridgestones.
To be honest, I just get whatever's good. To be honest, I don't really care.
Yeah, no, I'd be the same. Like, yeah, my old car would be like, "Hey, my old little van that I used to have," and it'd be like, "Yep, that tyre needs replacing. We can get you an economy one for 30 quid. Do it. I'm fine with that." Nowadays, you've got. I think the family had to spend about 150 quid on a brand new tyre just for one side because it's an SUV tyre designed for all terrain.
Yeah, exactly, because it's like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? Like in going for like Bridgestone or Pirelli on your tyre, as long as it's a good tyre. That's all you really care about. All I'm gonna say, right, is my work shoes have Michelin on them. That's all I'm saying. Michelin have now gone into the shoe business. I'm providing of course
rubber bottoms for company.
Of course they're going into the shoe business.
And it says on the bottom, rain and oil slip resistant. So I won't slip when it's raining on wet ground, and I won't slip if I walk over oil. Why I'd walk over oil, I don't know why.
Just do you, fam, because you're worth it.
Yeah, I do like that though. I do like how it's now I've now got Michelin's on my feet. Love it.
I really do feel like my graphics card is dying, by the way. I really
Rob,
do.
Are you ready?
What? What? Ready for what? What?
Are you ready for the start of season 3?
No.
Are you ready, chat, for the start of season 3?
No. I answer on chat's behalf. I am the ambassador of chat.
Wow, I didn't know chat spoke Irish. I could have been mean and God, I don't.
Chat it speaks any language they want, because this is a free YouTube channel. Damn right.
Well, it's not a free YouTube channel if you hit join and join our membership program, or give us some money via the super chat. We're not saying give us money. Any donation will be appreciated, of course.
You can use any form of currency that's so available. Alternative options are provided.
23 pros, 22 amateurs. I had to do maths there for a moment. What's going on? So more pros than amateurs. Yeah, come on, 45 cars, Rob, around Donington. Oh yes, this is gonna be fun.
That's pretty pog. It's pretty pog, Colorado. Mulligan.
Got to be keeping an eye out. We've got a lot of Audis at the front. Like I said, got to keep an eye on Sean Campbell on the front row for Neon Racing in the McLaren. He did some great work at the press day last week. What can he repeat that again? I mean, also as well in the McLaren and Stan Morocco, that's one to keep an eye out is for. Now, everybody else is driving Audis and Lamborghinis. The fastest BMWs in P15 is Dennis Van Asch. Next to him, of course, is Captain de Court. So the two fastest BMWs are side by side on the grid. They're going to have to really work here because the gearing does not favour the BMWs, neither do the slow corners. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. James Armstrong is, well, he's going to be controlling everything today. So I haven't really got a prediction, but I do know that I wish that was a travel lodge, but it's the International Exhibition Centre at Donington. If you look to your right, you'd be seeing Download Festival, but it's not happening right now. Instead, you're looking straight at a PC screen or a TV screen on YouTube because this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Rob, it's season 3, it's round 1.
I'll let you take it away. No, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, I'll take it away. I'll take it away because, oh, here comes James Armstrong. He's going to hold them. Remember, they go when Armstrong goes. Do not listen to the green flag. How long will Mark keep them? Oh, she's keeping them in possession. Somebody's already jumped the start. That is a Huskenfeld. He's going to get a penalty for that. Regardless, Armstrong makes the move and he goes right away. He's got quite a bit of a gap, so it all depends on what can Campbell do. Campbell holds on. Meanwhile, behind him, Axe is making moves. Well, no, Milan Tikin's making moves. Harry Wills has gone all the way down to P6. Just keep eyes on for a couple seconds as Milan Tikin is going side by side with Thomas Van Asch. Makes the move. He goes up to P3. A couple other cars going side by side around the back. That looks like it's Will Egby with Jesse Jones. Jesse Jones makes the move. How are the amateurs doing? How are the amateurs doing? Well, it looks pretty clear at the moment as Dandridge leads them away right now. There's 15 seconds between the pros and the AMs. Ben Smith is trying to find ways. They're going pretty much single file at the moment.
Gasper Decor and Christian Ferry fighting side by side with car number 4 versus car number 96 coming through this. Oh, I thought this was done up straight here, but no. That is
this is Dunlop straight now.
Oh,
yeah.
it is. Oh, it is. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Dunlop straight right now. Coming into
Christian Ferris. He's not had a. Oh no, that is. Oh, Harry. Oh, poor lad. I think he just caught the grass. Oh, I think he did. Oh, I think he did. Did he catch the grass? No. Oh, he got hit in the rear. Just
a little
tapped.
bit of a tap, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate for him.
There is a bit of a chance. Chris Chatterton's had an off as well. Not sure what's happened to Chatterton.
Multiple amateurs are off.
Big, yeah, 4, 5 off. What has happened here? Is there going to be a safety car? I do wonder. I think Timms was one of them as well. Not sure who else. Matt Heatrick as well. Thomas Dandridge, Simon Dodd.
Oh, crikey. Matthew Heatrick got sent around. Oh, that was a big old crash. Let's see it from the chopper. What happens? Just a cascade. Callum Bowman got hit in the rear. Well, I don't know what Audi that was. And then just a cascade of poor Eclipse cars into the chicane, not having the best of days.
No, over at Stan Morocco. Stan Morocco's just had an off at the first corner. Was going side by side with Chris Daines, and was that just a little bit of a tap there? I think Stan Morocco was very close there. Goes all the way down to the back of the field with Stefan Schlatter there at the back of the field in that BMW. So doing what he can. Meanwhile, at the front, remember, it's going to be a lot of procession driving at the moment. Remember, there's not a lot of places to overtake. Campbell might have a good run on Armstrong here, but you can't do anything through the S's, so you just got to prepare yourself. There's not a lot of battles going on per se. Harry Wills looks like he may want to make a move on Jonas Dreyer as the closest, but Dreyer does block it off, so the pros are just in a little bit of a possession right now, unless that's a mistake from Dreyer, but I don't think Wills is going to be able to make anything from that. He'll have to go around the outside. Will Egby went purple last lap with 103.9. Wills is trying to go around the outside. He's trying. They're going to touch, though. He does make it a little bit of argy-bargy, but Dreyer does yield, and Wills takes the position around the outside.
And Chris
now Chris Danes might take a move.
Chris Danes looking to see if he can slip on by, sniffing the rear end of that car number 5, coming through the S's. It's not going to be possible to pass him here, so he's going to have to wait until Dunlop, I think, coming up to the final chicane. Or if Dreyer makes a mistake, then that's the best time that he can do it. But I mean, he's not giving him any space. He's letting him know, I'm right here. You got 0 space behind you. You keep that pedal to the floor, or I'm overtaking you.
It's gonna be careful. Look at it. Both brake at the same time as well. So Dane's giving the room there.
Zachary Yama and Josh Rayfield tied in. Oh, that is around the outside, coming up towards Dunlop. Josh Rayfield. Oh, crikey, what a move that was. Zachary Yama using on the inside. Yeah, around the outside. That was bonkers.
What a move.
That was bonkers.
Great move as well. Now, these guys, Ben Smith, by the way, is out on his own. He's 4 seconds ahead of everybody at the moment. So he's out on his own at the moment. And Yama's going to be in a battle with Ted Bradbury. So that'll be one to keep an eye on. But there's a little bit of battling between at the back as Liam Ahern gets by Andrew Miller. So that's another position going. So it's all very it's
fluid.
Pretty much, fluid. There's a lot of overtaking opportunities in the amateurs at the moment. Be interesting to see. Did I see something happen to Christian Furs? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, he's had a moment. Calvin Dent. He's had something's happened to. Coming into McLean's, and it looks like Furs going a little bit faster than Dent was, and Furs goes into the back of Dent. They both go spinning off onto the grass, and now they're in the back of the pro field, so that's unlucky for them. Julian Bell loses the position to Harry Melvin. So all the little positions happening at the back. It's like I said, it's very stop and start, because you look somewhere, there's an overtake. You look elsewhere, it's just a train.
I was just trying to figure out where Oscar Coper. Yeah, sorry, Oscar Coper. He's actually gone up to P5, so he's gained a few positions. Jesse Jones in the car number 2, and we do have a battle for the lead. That is Campbell versus Armstrong. It's Ma versus where's McLaren again? Where are they located?
I can't remember, but that's a good run out of the S's by Campbell. He might be able. Can he sell the dummy, or is he going to try to go around the outside, or is he just going to yield this? He's going to go around the outside. Can he make this for the lead? Armstrong gave it to him. Campbell takes the lead just like that, as Armstrong almost gave it to him, made him work for it. So that's Campbell in the McLaren taking the lead. Armstrong now in P2. Milan Tekin does our train rightly, which Will Egby is just tagging along with. And that's Dean Timms, a lap car just off there. Gap between Axe and Teekins is a second. So it's like a peloton right now. You've got the 3 leaders in a breakaway group, and you've got the second breakaway group of the RSR guys. They're looking to catch in. And if these guys constantly train it, then yeah, the RSR guys are going to be right back in the fray right now.
Oh, hey, look, it's team car number 55 team powered by Butt Kicker. Team car number 55 team.
So Campbell is actually racing away at the moment. A 4:04.4 was almost half a second faster than Armstrong last lap. Armstrong's now struggling. Teekins is behind him.
Come on, Mo.
He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful with Teekins. Well, we know Teekins' real life prowess, so he has to keep. No, he's got to be careful here. So that'll be one to keep an eye out on. Is there anything else happening? I think Zachary Yama's had a moment, because he is all the way down now. Ted Bradbury has taken over P3, in the amateurs, and Josh Rayfield had P2 in the amateurs. So I'm not sure what's happened there.
Come on, Ma. You can put in the work. Come on, Ma. Don't get overtaken by Milan Teekins. Gotta keep the respect for the British crown. As they come up to, I think that is indeed Simon Dodd. He's about to get lapped as he pulls in. Good lad. Oh, he's gonna have to let a lot of people by.
Is he going to let a lot of people by? I think he's going to let Armstrong by, definitely. But what about Teekins? Does Teekins just
I know he lets,
slide in?
he lets him by. He lets him by. I mean, there's not
now
much. He's trying. I mean, he's trying, but I mean,
he's doing everything he can. He's doing everything.
It's a bit of a squeeze
bless
through the
himself.
S's. Bless him. I mean, he definitely did pull in, but I mean, it's a bit nefarious coming through that first corner. It's not a lot an actual track space that you can give. But that does bring
Nicky
the RSR
no,
boys.
Sorry.
No, there's no Tiki name. There's no Tiki name.
No, you were saying the RSR boys are in this right now. They're in the slipstream. Milan Teekins. They did a 4:0. Well, the leader of the pack, Thomas Axe, did a 4:01.1 last lap. To be precise, a 4:04.090 if you want to be absolutely accurate. About 2 tenths faster than Milan Teekins, so they're catching. Like I said, if they draw, if Axe gets to Teekins, he brings Coper and Jones, and at the same time, then he brings Egby. Now that's one that'd be interesting to see. And it looks like that again. Campbell is just trying to break the toe on the start-finish straight, and it's not working for him. They just continue to look at the time. Look, just like this just gives you an indication right now. Even though Tegan's had a bit of an off moment there, coming out the first corner, 4:01.1, a 4:01.2, a 4:01, 4:04.5, 0.3, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2. That's the top 7. They're all separated by less than 3 seconds. Which just goes to show that the train is just forming with less than 20 minutes to go.
Link Taylor Lane.
Oh no, Jesse Jones is off! Jesse Jones is off going into McLean's. He's been hit at the back there from Will Egby. Will Egby, I think he was trying to go for a move there.
Oh.
Jones in the pits, and with all that wind damage, that's
damage,
it.
Yeah. And that is
wow.
Simon Dodd allowing more people to get by. So now it is gone from 3 to 2 RSR teammates attempting to catch Milan Teekins. Oh, that's another car gone off. That's Jonas Dreyer. He's facing the wrong way. What are you doing, man? Oh, crikey. What happened
Gets it back around.
Oh, you might have. Oh, I think he just ate too much grass, and then...
Oh, it's free wide. Why are you looking at that? They goes free wide with Samarako and Calvin Dent. And oh no! Calvin Dent, sorry, get knocked off Samarako. It was actually Christian first side by side. And meanwhile, wow, what on earth just happened there? The two of them battling out at the time, and then Christian first just taps Samarako at the back out, and then Dent out of nowhere just drives into the side of Samarako.
Ooh. Bit of a squeeze there, you can see it. Oh, crikey. Just getting this. Ooh. That was net code. I'd definitely say that because there was 3 wide.
Definitely no. The way it was was just crazy. That there's no way the car would do that.
Yeah.
So
there's no way the car would just go.
So, just a quick rundown of the amateurs. Nothing is happening in the amateurs at the moment. It's still Smith, Rayfield, Bradbury is your top 3. And of course, of all the pros just having a little bit to spin, it's all a little bit gone. If Samarako has had another off there. Has he just parked the car? Yeah, he's parked the car. Decided enough's enough there for him. How is this train going on, by the way? Because Campbell is trying to pull away. And it's not really working, is it? Armstrong's still staying behind him. Teekins catching up. Axe is now catching up to Teekins, and Cooper is always right behind us. Egby, now does Egby have much damage off that little hit with Jones? No. So top 6 going to be separated by 3 seconds as Egby's trying to catch onto that slipstream of Cooper.
Yeah, but Cooper has slipstream. Yeah, it is unfortunate. It is we're always race 2. Always race 2. But the problem is, ooh, that's Cooper going wide. I wouldn't want to do that too often if I were you, Cooper. Remember what happened at press day.
Don't remind me that the car off as the leaders go by, which is Thomas Dandridge and John Williams.
Oh no!
Come.
Poor Thomas Dandridge to rear that. Ooh! It's the car 76 looking on the inside. That is Will Egby looking on the inside. Oh, that's another car gone off. Oh, it's that.
That's Campbell. That's the leader.
Campbell's off the lead.
He's overcooked it coming through Coppice. Lost the car coming through Coppice there. Looks like he probably... Let's see, did he hit the apex at the first? He did. Went to turn around. The car just said no. Car did not turn. He has gone down to P6. He's now at the back of this train. That is not where you want to be with 15 minutes to go. Leader is off.
Oh, yeah, that car said no.
Yeah. Armstrong retakes the lead. He's got Matt Heatrick in front of him, who he will have to lap. We're getting a lot of lap cars at the moment. The only plus side is Axe is nowhere to be found. With lap traffic going around Coppice, the front train has kind of just split up a little bit now. Gap between Armstrong and Teekins, you can see, is 0.3 of a second, then a second between Teekins and Axe, and a second between Axe and Copa. So, going to be tough. Campbell's lost a lot of time, but his pace is strong, and he's done it before. I can't see him getting back to the lead, but I think he may have a chance at a podium.
Trying to see now how the line, you know, the feng shui happens. You know, just see how the lines differ, and that is battle. And that is that battle. That is not battle. It's the car 71 just letting the guys go about on the outside. Yeah, the Mac is saying no really does put a number on Campbell, because you can't change the car. You have to stick with it. If this happens again on an crikey. Again, yeah. And the Maca definitely, it's very temperamental, this Maca. I wasn't expecting. I know that the Maca is a bit difficult to drive, but I would have thought it would be a little less temperamental than it is being right now, where it's very like you put like in most GT3 cars, if you put one foot wrong, most of the time you're going to get very sad understeer. Like you're going to be like, oh, understeer. Oh.
Ooh, sorry, Rob. We're going to have some issues right here. We got two Eclipse Ferraris racing who are being lapped at the moment as the leaders come onto them. Armstrong and Teekins will get past the first one, which is Mark Fleming. Chris Chatterton will be the next one that they have to get by. Axe and Copa stuck behind. No, Axe, get it! Teekins hit the grass! Teekins on the grass! Hold the brakes! He does touch! No, he's touched Campbell! Campbell's off! He retains the car, and I think there was a touch from Will Egby. I think Will Egby might have had a little touch there. I'm not sure if it was Egby or Copa, but one of these cars at the front had a little bit of a touch there with Teekins as he went off, and I think it was Egby. There is a little bit of panel damage on the back of that car.
Oh, crikey, that car. Yeah, just exceptionally unfortunate.
And he kept the brakes down. You cannot say he was not on the brakes. And then he moves, unfortunately, yeah. So he did move afterwards, and oh, my word.
Yeah,
Got to get back, definitely. But
it's exceptionally unfortunate. The car just went and just snapped on him. Like, it just went, ha, you thought you were going straight. You thought wrong.
So Campbell's in a battle with Harry Wills right now, and it looks like he may get that position over Harry. No, he doesn't. So these two in a battle. Yeah.
Campbell. I mean, he's driving. He's driving. But
he's driving to the raggedy edge of that car right now.
I mean,
the McLaren
it's very appropriate to say he's driving because it is a McLaren. But at the very same time, is he driving the socks off it a bit too much? I think he might be overcooking it. He's slightly overcooking, but I think he's. Oh, yeah, you see.
Put it like this. It's a 26 Celsius track temperature right now because it's dim time almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The humidity has gone up to 79%. This track will produce some sliding, and I think that's the issue they're coming about right now. And Chatterton is going to let them by. Will Fleming let them by? They both let them by. Good respect there from the Eclipse drivers. But Campbell's struggling. Campbell is struggling right now. I think those little offshoots. I say that, and look at that line he gets. Is he going to go for a second around the outside?
Josh Falkus, he's gone.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to watch if Campbell tries to make this move around the outside. He's done it again. You are kidding me. He's done it again around the outside of Redgate twice.
Let's see Campbell.
We're seeing that, yeah.
And he just... Oh, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. He's... Oh, I thought he was not fine. No, he's fine still. Oh my crikeys.
Oh.
That car is sliding a lot.
He is in a battle right now, though, Harry Wills, and this is some great driving right now. Wills almost had him at McLean's. Could not make it. Coppice. Now, this is where Campbell's got to say, please, Macca, do not make it. But Wills has gone a little bit wide. Had to go off the throttle there because he would have gone on the grass. So he'd lost all that slipstream. He could have made a move into the S's, but he cannot now. Can Campbell, can he secure this P5 and see how close with 10 minutes to go? He can, as Wills had to slide, goes on the grass. That's the humidity rising, and you can tell that right away. So Campbell is 2 seconds away from Egby. Can he catch up to him? Can he get another position after that little fall from the lead? That's the key thing to look out for. And also, we've got a battle brewing in the amateurs because Ben Smith has got Josh Rayfield right on his tail right now. This is going to be an interesting battle for the amateurs with 10 minutes to go.
Like, man, can we get a massive big up for Thomas Axe? We can indeed. Well done in second place. I think he started. Oh,
he started third.
I thought it was gonna be a big. I was confusing him. You know what I was confusing? I confused him with Oscar Coper. Yeah, but I mean, oh, he's new to the team. I didn't know that. Yeah, but he making moves.
Yeah.
He's fast. He driving.
And you got to remember, behind him is one of RSL's top drivers, Oscar Coper. Sorry, Jesse. I mean, you're also one of the top drivers. You know what I mean? As Oscar is, I'd say it's the teammate you'd want behind you, but also the teammate who would not accept being a wingman. Because, okay, your teammate, you're safe. Oh, wait, hang on, it's Oscar. He'll want this position. So, maybe near the end of the race, we'll see these two having some battles. In fact, Oscar looks like he wants to make it into McLean's right now. Look at the line he's going to take. Does compromise himself, but we'll see with less than 9 minutes to go. I think that Oscar will try to make a move, and then we see Ollie Steinbraten in chat now. Jesse, what did you do this time?
When the wall comes together with car has a few panels that are not so very tip-top shape anymore. Otherwise known as an accident involving a wall occurred.
Right, this is very interesting, Rob, right now, because we've got the leader of the amateurs, Ben Smith. He is in a train of pro drivers as his rival in P2, Josh Rayfield, starts coming in. So, we've got a train that's got a very damaged BMW with Stefan Slater. Oh, that's very damaged on the rear, that wing. And then we got Julian Bell trying to get by, can't. Jan Bow in a BMW, can't get by, they touch! No, the BMWs come together! No! No, Jan Bow goes by everybody. Ben Smith goes by everybody, as does Josh Rayfield. But there goes Julian Bell. There goes Stefan. Oh, it's all gone wrong for the BMWs. It's all gone wrong for the BMWs then. And what happened here?
I think it was just a mistake, wasn't it?
I think it was... I think Julian got a little bit too hot on the brakes. Didn't expect Stefan to turn in when he did. And there was netcode. There was visible netcode and quite a lot of it.
Oh, that's Ben Smith having to defend against Josh Rayfield as they're coming up towards Dunlop Straight. Ooh, I think Ben wants to go for... Oh my goodness gracious.
Ben, no. Ben, think about your own race here. Think about your own race here.
Ben, for the love of God, don't do it.
I mean, if that was a normal race, go for it. But you're not racing those guys. You've got Josh behind you.
Oh, no. Where's he gone?
Ben, please don't.
Ben, no. Oh, he blinked for it. There he is. Jesus.
What's happened to Copa? Copa's off. The P3 is off, and it looks like... Did he get collected by... That's a lapped car. He's been collected by a lapped car. That's wide and lead.
That's some spicy netcode if I've ever seen one. Look at this. Oh, wait, hang on. You can barely see it, but there it is.
That's some good camera work, Rob.
Yeah. Let's rewind it. There we go.
Copa's in the pits. Wow.
Oh, look at this. How is that? How is that even remotely fair on either driver in that situation? On Leiden's monitor, he might as well not been there because like that's a spicy netcode.
Right, 5 minutes to go. We are on lap 23 of 28. We're gonna get 28 laps, as James Armstrong. I'm knocking on wood right now, Rob. He has a 3.5 second lead, and unfortunately, everything's happened behind him. A lot of cars in the pits.
Thomas Sachs, he's flying the flag. He's in second place, but she first. First.
And by the way, you know how I was saying, will Sean Campbell catch up to Will Egby? To Il Egby? I said Will Egby, sorry. Yeah, he's in the slipstream range right now. Campbell is catching, and I mean, I said, does he have a chance of getting a podium?
It's not outside the realm of possibility now at this stage.
Yeah, but wow.
Do we see both Nicolas Cage and Ma come up in the world?
Oh,
Danes.
Dear.
Oh, we also have Danes, by the way. He's chasing them for top 5 against Harry Wills. So there's 2 battles in between. In Pro,
we've got the lead battle in the amateurs, which is Ben Smith. Basically, I don't think Rayfield can get past Smith because Smith is held up by pro drivers. You see what I mean? So it's going to be oh no, Simon will go. Oh, I love Donington. Oh no, Rayfield's gone wide. Does this set up Bradbury? No, Bradbury went wide as well. Simultaneously going wide there. So Rayfield does keep the slipstream of Ben Smith. Of course, Ben Smith does have Jan Bowles slipstream, and Ben Smith constantly feels like, I need to get by. He knows this Lamborghini's faster, but he can't get by. What's he gonna do?
He can't make it stick because the Pro will just have slipstream. Them by definition will have rite of passage.
Exactly, rite of passage. I'll tell you what, who needs rite of passage right now? Sean Campbell with 3 minutes to go. He's right on the bumper of Will Egby. Look for a move at Coppers to try to sell something to make Will have a little bit of a worry there. It does not work. Coming around Coppers right now. Behind them, you'll see in a minute on the counter, it's Harry Wills and Chris Daines. Will Campbell go for a move into the exit? Will realises that he goes on to the deep end. The damage on the back of that car from that little tap from Milan Tikins is showing right now. Campbell gets this fantastic run, as he always does. He won't be able to go for a third move around the outside. I wouldn't even know what to say. Trying to find moves. Can't make it behind. Does Wills hold off Daines? He does. So it's all to play for. Where can Campbell find an overtaking spot right now? Not going to be the old hairpin. McLean's is going to be very risky. If he gets side by side, he might make the move into McLean. They are going to have his side by side, but it's Egby's going to be on the inside. They almost come together. Campbell can't make it, and there's no room to go. They're side by side through McLean. Will Egby pushing them off by accident? Campbell holds on. Campbell.
Hold it
How
together.
did you hold it? How did you just hold that position? He's going to lose P4 right now to Harry Wills. He's now in this battle as they come across with a couple more laps to go. He's now in a battle for P4, 5, and 6. How did he hold that car?
How on earth does this man just get away with, like...
He's going to go for the outside. It's going to be a third time in the race. He's going to make a move around the outside. He's going to go around the outside of Harry Wills again. Can he make the stick again? Harry should be aware of this. He can't make it. He can't do anything. For the third time this race, Campbell, he's still side by side. He did go around the outside, and he'll have to go around the outside at the old hairpin. No, he doesn't. Has he made it stick? Wills wants to come back. Then side by side, Wills goes over the curb and loses. Sean Campbell goes around the outside, up Redgate for the third time and makes it stick.
We have Chris Danes and Harry Wills battling side by side coming through. That's Chris Danes on the inside coming up, and he's past Harry Wills, and Harry Wills is trying to clap back, coming on the inside of the car number 50, or the car number 90. Does he make it? No, he doesn't. That's Louis Eggerson. Louis Eggerson's battling Harry Wills coming on the inside. Does he make it? He doesn't. Coming up to Dunlop. Can he make it stick? No, he's actually lost time.
Right, white flag. White flag. Let's all just calm down. Well, we got 1 more minute of this. How can we calm down? That battle for the lead in the amateurs is not happening at the moment, or P2 for the amateurs, not happening. Let's keep our eyes on everything going on right here. There's a battle as well between Casper de Court and Milan Tikins at the back. That's not what we're looking at the moment. We're looking at this close battle between Danes, Wills, and Eggerson. Harry Wills does not get a good launch out of Redgate. What can he do? Eggerson doesn't have anything. He cannot catch up. He's made 12 places, by the way. Around Donington, that is one hell of a drive by Eggerson. Survival at the best, really. Wills with a little bit of an off track there, taking all the grass there, but he is catching up to Danes. What can he do? He sees Campbell just blowing away there. He's got nowhere to go. It's still going to be Danes. Can he make a move? Can Wills make the move here? He cannot. Again, into Coppers they go. Nothing they can do. It will have to be on the final corner, but there is just one corner. No more to go. James Armstrong takes his first victory of the RSL World Series. He's going to be followed by Thomas Ack. Will Egby comes across the line. Campbell will come fourth. Harry Wills has got nothing as Chris Danes will take P5. Wills finishes 6 and Eggerson finishes 7. That was some fireworks at the end of the race.
Well done to the professionals. Amateur class, Ben Smith is coming up to the chicane. And as he comes through, he will take the win for amateur. Just followed directly behind by Josh Rayfield. Good start from him. Ted Bradbury, a very good third position. Jan Bull in... Jan Bull's a pro. Zachary Yama in 4th. And then finally Lee Mahern running at your top 5 for amateur.
Whew. Whew. That's a minute at that, you know. Oh, let's think of the minute tracks around iRacing. Lime Rock, Donington, other minute tracks I can't think of. But Lime Rock or Donington, I'll take Donington any day. That was fun. What a, like I said, Louis Eggerson goes from P19 to P7 as he's just saying, what a drive. I know there were some accidents that got him up there a little bit, but regardless, like, how many places? 12 at Donington? You gotta take that any day of the week.
I'd take that. I'd take 12 plus 12 positions. That'd be equivalent of Williams going from like back of the field to like 8th in F1. Yeah, and that would be the miracle. The miracle. I mean, they have gotten like up to like 11th, but because other cars can't, like, you know, work. But yeah, see, Louis, this isn't a testament. If you had qualified better, you probably would have been on the podium, and that's not a joke either. Qualify better.
I tell you who is on the podium though. It's James T. Armstrong. Mark got to the top.
Ma winner. Funny that.
I know. Thomas Axe then comes P2 and Will Egby gets a P3. That's a good win. Good result there from Egby, coming up 5 places to get P3. Sean Campbell, up and down race for Sean Campbell, but I will remember that for not 1, not 2, but 3 overtakes around the outside of Redgate. I just cannot believe it. He comes home in P4. Chris Danes will be 5th. Harry Wills with 6th. Then, of course, we were saying Louis Eggerson, 12 places to 7th. Yeah, you got to qualify better, Louis. I mean, I can't say much. I'm a terrible hot lapper. Casper de Court, 8th. He made up 8 places. Dennis Van Asch makes up 6th and finishes 9th. And Milan Tikins goes down to 10th. Harry Melvin comes home in 11th. And 12th is Mesery, followed by Christian Furs in 13th. And then quickly to the amateurs, the top 3 in the amateurs. Congratulations to Ben Smith taking the win there for the amateurs, with Josh Rayfield coming home in P2 and Ted Bradbury in P3. And Jan Bowl, the fastest BMW for the pros, followed by Zachary Yama in the amateurs. Stefan Slasher I cannot say it, and I cannot pronounce German. I'm sorry, Stefan. He's going to slap me. Julian Bell finishes there, 20th overall. Then Liam Ahern, Andrew Miller, David Meakin, Daniel Merchant, the three BMWs there, just having a little drive. And then we come to the guys that were a lap down. So Josh Valkus, the lap down, as was Levi Johnson, Lyden Lee, Henning Haig, Chris Chatterton, Callum Beaumont, Matt Heatrick, Mark Fleming, Simon Dodd, Mark Bailey, and John Williams. All of them a lap down. Oscar Cope, Dean Timms, 3 laps down. I think he had a bit of a spin. I'm not. Oscar Cope, we saw what happened to him when he was near the front of the field. Unfortunate there for Cope. Calvin Dent as well, having a bit of an accident there. 12 laps down. Jonas Dreyer, 16 laps down with Thomas Dandridge. Sam Morocco finished 17 laps down. Taylor Lane and Jesse Jones had a little bit of a bad time. Lane was 18 laps down. Jones was 19 laps down. And Chris Hamer and Lindmo, I did not see what happened to either of those, but they finished 27 laps down. So, dare I say, did they crash on the first lap? They did.
They did indeed. They did indeed. Unfortunately, Taylor Lane just... the poor man, like, he does his absolute best, right? And then what happens is, the car just says no when the race starts. It doesn't want to be a race car when he's actually wanting to race. And it's so bad for him. You can't help but feel sorry for him.
Yeah, it's a shame. It happens all the time. I do feel sorry for Taylor. I want to just find him and hug him. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't in the moment due to like protocols and stuff. I'm just looking down at the time lists, the timing list. Will Egby with the fastest lap of the race, a 103.854. That's not one we expected. He beat Sean Campbell's fastest lap by 0.003 of a second, who did a 103.857. In fact, was there anybody else in the 103s? James Armstrong, a 103.898. And I think Josh Valkus with a 103.913. I think once he was at the back of the field, he's just running a practice race for himself. I could have sworn I saw when I just checked the timing sheets, Oscar Copia, 103.899. They're the only times in the 103s. Everybody else was doing... Oh, and a 103.917 to Jesse. Sorry, Jesse. Sorry, I can't, yeah, sorry. Josh Balker's fan club signing in. Unfortunately, Josh did not have a good race. But everything can change with the second race because it's the reverse grid race. And when we say reverse, full reverse.
Full reverse.
Love it.
Nobody forgets about Jesse Jones. By the way, I gotta love it when this camera starts panning around and it clicks back to the start finish line. That man has not got a hat on. It's blinking in and out. That shows you how sad my graphics card is right now. Being a graphics card.
Are you saying that any super chats or donations will be appreciated? Will go to the Brian graphics card.
This graphics card needs to be replaced. Fund. The unfortunate thing is, right, and this is going to be a bit off topic, but for any of you techies out there, how hard is it to get a 3080 at this stage? It's been half a year. We're coming up to a half a year. The availability is shocking.
Yeah, it's not good. I'll tell you what, I was about to say, if you were a streamer, you know how some streamers have like a gold bar? Yours would just be at the top, graphics card. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just please. Graphics card, please. Because, yeah. It is starting to get to the stage where I think this I mean, it's a 1080 Ti, and I bought it 3 years ago, and it's been running strong. And then within the last like 2 months, it's just been.
Better luck, try next year.
Yeah.
I tell you what you need. You need to download more RAM.
Stop it right now.
I must admit, I will be getting a RAM upgrade. And then looking at my possibilities after that. But RAM for me. But also for the series, it's waiting for race 2 to load up. So,
but yeah, it's
You okay there, Rob? You okay?
It's a case of, right? It's a case of, I really need to stick this. I've never seen a GPU launch where availability has been so bad. Oh, we like interviews. Stefan, get in here. You're now in here. How's it going, Stefan?
Oh, it's going quite well apart from the race, but that's just racing, I guess.
What do you think of Donington?
Yeah, Donington as well. Not my favorite track, not my best track on top of that, so... Yeah, you know, just trying to survive and even failing at that at times, so...
The BMW's a handful around Donington. It's not the fastest, and I think I'm still a noob. I think you'd be the best one to explain. I think a lot of it is just the slow corners, isn't it? And I think the weight distribution a little bit, but it's more the slow cornering. Am I right?
Yeah, basically. Now obviously, the BMW M4 has the fuel tank somewhat in the rear, but obviously the lighter that fuel gets, in general, it doesn't really help you with the weight you have. You have most of the weight you have at the front, and basically you have nothing in the rear. And that's the biggest problem of the M4. Out of slow corners, it just doesn't have any grip. Like, the worst comparison you can have between like the Lamborghini and the BMW is Long Beach. That BMW loses over a second a lap just on pure pace alone to the Lamborghini because of all the slow turns there. And that's what really hinders it here at Donington, because the most important turns are all slow, and where it could pull on the Lamborghinis and the Audis and the McLarens and whatnot is like Coppice, and even there, that really doesn't help you, that advantage that you have in the mid-speed corners, because it's a corner that hangs to the outside, and you really have to keep it tight as well at the same time. And so you still have the problem with being group limited quite heavily on the rear. And so even there, the cars pull away that have the mid-engine.
I must admit, I was doing the BMW at Le Mans. I did feel that fuel. Like, you can feel, in some corners, you can feel with the force feedback, that fuel, when you're on low fuel, just slashing around the car. And you can feel that weight change. So I do feel... I do understand that, and I think I remember when I was doing Donington here, I was like, oh, BMW, I like it, but it's so slow, and I had to change, so no chance for you to change, unfortunately, between races, but apparently you need a better setup for the M4 for Smiley Face, according to Twiggy. I don't think that's the case, unfortunately. It is just a case of...
it's a big car. It's a big car.
Yeah. It's a big car,
and the weight distribution is greater than awful.
Yeah, well, you see, you have. I mean, for slow corners, it is greater than awful. That is the case, yes. But like, for example, just looking at this week at Laguna Seca, that BMW really loves those corners, and you really can achieve quite good things with it if you just know how to brake and be very consistent with your brakes. So there are most definitely tracks that favor it, like Zandvoort, the biggest thing. That track just suits the BMW so well.
So, what are you expecting for the second race? Survival, for one.
Survival, yes. I don't know, maybe they can introduce something like fan boost, and I get a massive boost because of that. But I don't know if that would even work to my favor. So
Formula E comes back to strike at iRacing.
Don't forget, if you tweet hashtag for number 8, you get fan boost.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, it's just there are gonna races that where I'm gonna be much further up the road, but yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I picked the M4 because I love to drive it, because it suits my driving style, and because I can actually do stuff with it. And there are most definitely people out there that just went for the OP car because they see that SimRig and they want that, even though they have already a good one. You know, those kind of things Where I know somebody that actually did that. They tested quite some time to get that perfect car for the season. But yeah, no, I'm here in the M4. I'm gonna enjoy my time, and if something comes from it, then something comes from it.
I'm just saying, the winner of the first season, Tim Matske, as he was winning and dominating the season, he already bought a sim rig from Racing Sim Rigs.
Yeah, and then he won, and then he won the sim rig.
Yeah. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
So
that happened, but
he did an oof. We call that in the business an oof.
Yeah, that's most definitely a big oof. Probably even a yikes.
Big yikes from me.
A bit. Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see. I think the session is starting to get ready.
It is
let
online.
You get in the zone. We'll let you get in the zone, and
the slow zone.
If it hit the slow zone, it's like a Sunday driver. That we'll just call BMW Sunday driver around here at the moment. But Daytona coming up, of course, that promises to be helpful for the BMW and Interlagos, I think, later. So. No, it won't. Not anymore with the. No, of course, yeah. I was thinking.
No,
Daytona
obviously
24.
Daytona, you only had the Lamborghini, and that got a 5-kilogram weight added. But with the Audi and especially 488, which is just a freaking arrow going down the straight, BMW won't really have a chance there either.
Well, sorry to make your life work. Enjoy race 2. Hopefully we see you on 4 wheels with no damage on the back of the car, and all the best, Stefan.
Thank you.
Oh, what could be? What could be?
What can it be? You gotta tell me. Tell me right now.
Sean Campbell, can I have some 16 gig memory sticks? No, Sean. I've only got 16, and I need to get more. You're not taking mine.
I'm looking at iRacing now on our setup. It just went from 1 gig to 7 gigs immediately. It just ate my RAM, and I've got 32 gigs of RAM.
Well, so sorry to be like a controversial person. Well, I think that iRacing should have more than 7 cars. I don't care about people with their top-end streaming setups. We should be able to have more than 7 cars on a field. I can't understand.
We should be able to have more than 7 cars on the field. What do you mean?
Sorry, I'm just imitating the forum posters.
No, but I know what you mean by that, because you were mocking people that don't like. I understand the reason. I still don't agree with it because it's an innate limit of the engine itself, and the fact that they're still not doing the best of jobs when it comes to memory management. But
honestly, I think it would need a complete rebuild of the system, which
no, you wouldn't need to do a complete rebuild. You just need to do a partial rebuild. iRacing wouldn't benefit from just having it like day and night kind of change, or night and day kind of change. It would need to be bits and bobs added here and there that make it work. But I will be right back. It is my customary break. It is now 5 minutes of Craig King coming live.
Oh, you love me. You really do love me. How's the track now? It's now in the evening. 21 Celsius. I'm gonna hate saying this. 69 Fahrenheit. I know. Humidity's gone down to 64%. That 10% can be quite, a difference. We saw a lot of these cars sliding about, and that could be a difference. And one thing that I need to bring up is it is a full grid, reverse grid. Sorry, but with a small twist, you must finish 2 laps of the leader. So some of the guys that retired, unfortunately, do not qualify for reverse grid and will have to start at the back of their respective fields. It's going to be an issue. Just have a quick look at my look. So we're looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. 10 cars will have to start at the back of their respective fields. Dean Timms, Oscar Copa, Calvin Dent, Jonas Dreyer, Thomas Dandridge, Antonio Stamaraco, Taylor Lane, Jesse Jones, Chris Hamer, and Hakan Lindmo. So they will all have to start at the back of their respective fields. So, especially for the RSR guys, that is going to be a challenge for them all. Is it a challenge they're up to? Well, I'm just saying, if Louis Eggerson can make 17 places, 12 places, what was it? If he can make a lot of places up, these guys can make a lot of places up. So, one of the things... I do this on the fly. As I say, one of the things. Yeah, I do this on the fly. Yeah, I've come up with a pretty plan. Why is it the national layout, you might be asking? Quite simply, it's better. That's a personal standpoint from me. But it might be a standpoint from other people. National layout, in my opinion, is a better circuit. I think the guys behind the series agree. Unfortunately, the hairpins don't add anything to the track. I think the best way to describe it is it's like Formula E when they thought the best thing for the cars was to put 2 hairpins right at the end before the start-finish straight. Hairpins only good for MotoGP. It depends on the hairpin. If you're talking about Donington hairpins, yes. But there are some hairpins that do work. I mean, Barcelona, they've changed their hairpin, which is the Kaiser. They've changed that. It looks very good now. I don't know what it's going to be like for F1, but for when it comes to MotoGP, it's going to be good. But I agree, the hairpins don't really do a lot around here. Especially, I think the only good thing that comes with the GP layout is where you've got the S's. Where you've got the fog of the S's. Instead of going right-left, you've got a very quick left-right, and it's I always thought it was a high-speed little chicane. It isn't, but in the right car, you can take the right speed. And that's the only good thing about the GP circuit, is doing that little S's to go left-right instead of right-left. That's the only good thing about it, if you ask me. So, you will not see me like the hairpin, even when I played it. Showing my age here, but Toka 2, Toka Race Car 2, the old days, first round of the championship, Donington, with the GP layout, it just wasn't fun. So, mirrored the chicane and put it in national. No. I mean, the right-left still has a great feeling. I mean, especially in these GT3s, because I don't know what it's like with these GT3s. You brake, and then you just go full pelt through the chicane. You basically slow before you get to the chicane, and then you just go full pelt. And I've seen some 2 wides. I've seen some 3 wides. It's a very good corner for competition. Probably one of the best corners on the track for overtaking. But I will say, I said it earlier. I said it earlier in the week. I wish that when F1 came here to do their changes to make it modern, when they wanted to get away from Silverstone to do this, I wish they just changed what was at the hairpins. Throw in like a Vel Chicane Club style section, or the old bridge Abbey, the old bridge of the old Silverstone. Just some technical stuff like that instead of quick chicane, hairpin. Because if they put some slow stuff in that you've got at the end of the Silverstone, I think it would work really well. But that's why I'm not Helman Tilke. I don't do...
Tilke?
Tilke?
Did somebody say the cursed name?
I didn't. No one said it. No one said it. I didn't say anything. So, Rob, I was saying, as you know, if you do not finish 2 laps of the leader, you do not qualify for reverse grid, which means Josh Falkus will be taking pole alongside Julian Bell. And then Stefan Slager will take P3. Jan Bol will take P4. So The BMW boys and their BMW toys. Sorry, I stole your line. Up the front of the field with the Vector Racing team of Christian Furs and Josh Valkus.
You just see the massive amount of cars going by. It's just a stream of cars.
But by the way, you know how I was talking about the BMW guys will be at the pole of the pro? John Williams is P2 for the amateurs, BMW. So that'll be one as well. But as I was saying, you have to be within 2 laps. So Jesse Jones and Oscar Copa are at the back of the field for the pros. As is Taylor Lane, as is Stan Morocco, as is James Armstrong. James Armstrong starts 17th. So you think, you know, I'm going to have to battle the guys that I've just beaten. No, you're going to battle the guys that you didn't have a chance to beat because they all crashed out. Are you ready, Rob?
No. No. I'm never ready.
You're never ready?
No. Never ready.
Well, this is Raidillon TV. The only corner you need. I took it over the first time. Rob's going to take you through the second time. Get ready.
And as they come down to the start-finish line, Josh Falkus will be the one to lead them away. As they get ready. Get ready. They get ready. And... ooh. And off they go. As they come down the finish line, that is going to be... what's his name? It's going to be Julian Bell getting a bit stuck behind as they come through. First corner. Coming on the outside, that is Jan Boll. Yeah, that's Jan Boll on the inside. Battling Julian Bell. Through the S's. All of the pros have made it by cleanly enough. Taylor Lane started from the pit lane, by the way. Oh, that's... oh, crikey, Julian Bell. Not having a good day. Slamming on the outside, and that is Mustafa coming up into 5th. Ooh. Oh.
Right, well, as that's going on, the amateurs have started their way around. Lyden Leeds had... well, Mark Fleming's not had a good time. Everyone in the amateurs are pretty much where they are, where they started. Callum Beaumont looked like he wanted to make a move on Matt Heatrick. He's not going to be able to make that move as we have a safety car. What has happened?
Louis Egerton got rear-ended and went around, and the safety car has been deployed.
I'm not sure what's happened. Julian Bell's also had a moment as well, so not sure what has gone on, but it's happened in the pros.
Well, Christopher Hamer's got damaged as well. Let's see what happened here. What happened? Oh, there was a crash in the amateurs as well. Oh, big crash in the amateurs. And that is...
oh, it's a VRT, yeah. That's some of the VRT guys, by the looks of it. Thomas Dandridge, by the looks of it.
Josh Rayfield. Went... oh, that is a... 5... yeah, 6 times he's rolled. 7! Goodness gracious. And he is out of this race, I think.
Yeah, but I think he just came together with Liam Ahern just a little bit, and Rayfield gets hit, and they do get spun around. Big chaos, and yeah, he just goes flying. That is a shame. So the caution flag is out for race 2, which basically means we now wait to see what happens, because we're basically just going to redo the start, but in single file. Which is probably safer. We'll wait and see as the pace car, the safety car, I don't know what you want to call it, will lead them around. We'll get everybody all grouped up together, and then when the lights go out, we'll know when we're going. So we might get 2 to green this time around.
A few cars having a bit of damage. Definitely picking up some wounds. I think that was a Julian Bell having a bit of damage to his front end, so he's got a bit of some issues. Sean Campbell looking nice and tidy. Where? Oh, is that Jesse Jones? I thought he was carrying damage. It doesn't. Is he carrying damage?
Who? Sorry?
No, Jesse Jones is nice and clean. as is Oscar Coulter. James Armstrong looking, yeah, so it didn't happen it didn't happen necessarily in the pros, and it's 1 to green this time around.
1 to green, yeah. There's also a closed pit. Quite amazed at that. So this is going to be a repeat of how they do a start. So Josh Falkers, of course, will control when they go, but because it is a safety car restart, there is no required gap between the pros and the amateurs. I know that sounds a little bit scary, but they are all the same. They all are all the same cars. It's not like GT3s catching onto the back of GTEs or LMP2s catching onto the back of LMP1s. You get the gist of what I'm saying. So John Williams does not need to control. I'm not sure, does he? But he is leaving a gap.
John Williams is leaving a gap out of courtesy.
So that is good to see. This is tense. This is a safety car. Is it's like, well, what do you do to fill time for a safety car apart from like
panic?
Those
you
that
panic.
Have, yeah,
that's about it.
Only one car retired after all that, which was Josh Rayfield. I mean, he went over numerous times. Dean Timms has some damage on the rear. Actually, it looks like his splitter might have. His splitter's got a little bit of a curve, and is yeah, that's seen some damage.
Thomas Dandridge, his entire front end is a bit not there. He's carrying a huge amount of damage.
I think Thomas is happy he doesn't have a BMW. Put it like that.
Yeah.
So
Christopher Hamer carrying a lot of damage as well.
So they're coming down the Dunlop Straight. I almost said the Donington Straight. I think that's what they may have called it. But they're coming down the Dunlop Straight. You want to try this again, Rob? Do you want to try this again?
I'll leave it to you this time.
Okay. Let's see if we can go for take 2. Falkus will be leading them off. And remember, he controls when they go. When the flag goes green, it's only what he does. He waits. And I tell you what, if you're Stefan there, you might have an idea of when he's going. He doesn't. Now he goes. He catches him out. So it's going to look like Falkus is going to get a good little lead here, especially when he's in the Audi behind it. It looks like there's some side-by-side action between Chris Gaines, Harry Melvin as well, with Dennis Van Asch as well. So those two guys going for it. Meanwhile, at the front, it's all pretty single file as you would expect. And that looks like Taylor Lane trying to get by Eggleston. They're side-by-side at the back of the pro field. Does Lane get it? Oh, they almost come together. Coming down into the old hairpin. Eggleston's got the inside. Are they still side by side? It's maybe the last position for the pros, but these guys are going hell-bent for leather right now. Lane holds on to that position just after the two wide racing, and we have a car off. Now, who is that? Is that a leader? That's Falkus. Falkus is off. Josh Falkus is off. It looks like he got tapped in the back from Stefan. Stefan got net coded. What was that net code?
Let's have a look at that netcode.
Let's have a look at that netcode.
I'm sorry, what? Let's have a look at this.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just watching. While you're watching, there's a battle between Jan Bol and Stefan Slasher at the front. And it looks like Bol has taken the position while you're watching this crazy netcode issue. These two going side by side battling, but Jan Bol does take the lead, but he's gone a bit too wide in the old hairpin as Slasher says hello, and he retakes P1 while the rest of think more chaos behind. No! More chaos has happened behind. What has happened to Christian Furs? Oh no!
Louis Eggerton's gone.
That's Mesery. Mesery gets into Furs, and chaos.
Oh no, that is unfortunately the Lamborghini said no.
And now Van Asch as well. While you're watching this, Van Asch has gone off as well. This is crazy. There's the people just being a little bit too aggressive at the moment, a little bit panicking. David Meakin now in the pits. We'll keep an eye on the amateurs in a minute. We don't know what's going on full stop with the amateurs. It's all been happening with the pros at the moment. There's another car going wide, and that's Will Egby. James Armstrong's going to get past Will Egby. Armstrong is up to P6. And now Casper de Court is up to P7 as he goes past Will Egby. A few guys here just missing their braking zones at the moment. So everything's going on here. Can we just check the amateurs? I'm not sure what's going on in the amateurs right now. I think Simon Dodd is in the lead. No, John Williams in the lead of the amateurs. Sorry, Simon Dodd right behind him. Julian Bell is just side by side there with them as he's just trying to get by Callum Beaumont. Sorry, as Matt Heatrick's gone down the order. Callum Beaumont's now P3, so there is a battle for the lead.
Gone.
Oh, we can't catch a break here, and Will Egby as well. And Will Egby as well. Did they both get together? Yeah, they got together. I have no idea what's going on right now.
Jonas Reyes in the pits, he's towed.
I'm trying to find positions, ladies and gentlemen. It is very hard to see. Milan Tikins.
No,
purple,
that's Campbell. Campbell has a slide, and oh dear.
It's all going wrong.
All gone wrong for race 2, and unfortunately,
meanwhile,
it's not even argy-bargy. It's just mistakes, and then
the leader's having a great battle. The leader's having a great battle. Slasher and Bowl having some great racing, but of course they're BMWs, and they're holding each other up. And Harry Melvin in the Ferrari is just like, I want some. Well, Milan Tikins continues to go purple, so Tikins might catch up to Melvin before Melvin catches up to Bowl. But Melvin's now in that slipstream range. Can Bowl do anything there? Stefan is holding his line pretty well in the end. He's got nowhere to go. He might be able to make this move again. He's done it once around here at Redgate. Can he do it again? We'll see. Stefan goes to the inside. Bowl's going to go to the outside. I don't think it's going to be a Sean Campbell moment. It is not. Does he go over under? He's trying to go over under, but he is just too... He's trying to turn in, and Stefan is there. He's got nowhere to go. So now he's under the... now Bowl is under the pressure of Melvin in the Eclipse Ferrari. What can he do into the old hairpin? There's not a move here at the old hairpin. Almost comes together, and Milan Tikins is there as well. James Armstrong has made a great charge up the field. He's now in 5th position. But yeah, it's just going... It's everywhere.
It's happening live, and it's happening
and meanwhile, sorry, Simon Dodd has taken the lead. Christian Furz goes off at the old hairpin. Simon Dodd's taken the lead of the amateurs. And Callum Beaumont's right behind John Williams as he's just trying to make a move right now. The Eclipse guys do have first and second. Not the order they would like. Beaumont's trying to make a late move into McLean's. And he had forced the issue as Williams had to go wide. But Beaumont can't hold this. Beaumont can't hold this. And while he's there, Julian... No, they touch! No, Williams has gone off, and that is a punt to pass. I'm sorry, Callum. I know it wasn't on purpose, but that puts Williams into P3. Chatterton is right there battling. Julian Bell's his pro driver, just like, what do I do? Do I race? What do I do? And almost goes into them.
Oh.
Wow, and he does. He goes into the back of Mark Bailey. Ted Bradbury. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a shame.
Callum Beaumont is now going to be chasing down Simon Dodd. A 1.2 seconds gap between the two of them as they come through the S's. So Simon Dodd just has to make sure that he keeps his focus straight ahead. He needs to make sure that he doesn't let any time fall back behind him.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Milan Tikins just overtook Harry Melvin for P3. And as he did it, he just clipped the back wheel of Melvin. Melvin loses 2 positions. Sorry to interrupt there, Rob. But that is a move for P3. And it looks now, Melvin's now down to P5 as Armstrong goes to P4. Coper is now on at the tails of Melvin. That Ferrari, just that little touch just upset that Ferrari. And nowhere he could go. No, that was a very risky move as well at Coppice, by the way, by Tikins. But he did make it stick. He gets up to P3. He's got a BMW of Jan Bow in front of him. I'm surprised these BMWs have managed to stay at the front for as long as they have, if I'm brutally honest. With 16 minutes remaining, 25 laps is the current goal because of the safety car. But I'm goal-bound.
It is Schlacher, Bowl, Teekins, Armstrong, Melvin, Coper, Danes, Wills, Axe, and Jones are a top 10 for professional. Dodd, Beaumont, Chatterton, Heatrick, Williams, Bradbury, Bailey, Miller, Merchant, and Fleming. And that is a move as Louis Egerton is trying to crawl his way back up the field. I mean, it's going to be, unfortunately for him, it's going to be a drive to survive, really, just because, unfortunately, he lost it all on his own. It's unfortunate for Egerton, because he's just like, well, what can I do other than continue racing? Because, I mean, that's all he can do.
You just got to keep going. Any position you can get, as long as you stay on the lead lap, it's going to help you. Definitely. Jesse Jones has been disqualified. Now, what is that all about? We'll continue. No idea what that is. Anyway, moving on. So that puts Samarako up into P10, and everybody goes up a spot. But at the moment, we have cars catching the BMW leaders. The lead BMW, sorry. Teekins is trying to catch the ball. Armstrong in P4 right now as Melvin goes down to P6 as Coper make that overtake. There is only 2 seconds between first and sixth. You want to make it first and seventh? Okay, 2.5 seconds. You get the idea right now. It is tight. And at the same time, you've got the leaders of the amateurs as Callum Beaumont. Callum Beaumont looks like he wants to make a move on Simon Dodd. This is to the lead battle of the amateurs right now. Simon Dodd takes the inside. There's a little bit of a touch there as Beaumont's got the better line and the faster line. Josh Falkers, the pro driver, will just have to hold up behind just to give a little bit of respect. But can Beaumont make a move here? Lead of the amateurs, there's the battle there. Lead of the pros is the battle there. And a slide from Simon Dodd. Beaumont's going to take the overlap right here. Side by side they go under the old bridge. Up to McLean. Beaumont might have this. They come for braking. Dodd's gone a little bit hotter. I think he's overdone it. He has overdone it. And now Coper's in the pits. Coper's in the pits. And he's had an off. Did he lose the car? Lost the car. Yeah, lost the car.
You just can't catch a break. Just cannot catch a break.
Oh, Jesse Jones was meatballed.
Oh, you got
that explains Jesse Jones, yeah. So 13.5 minutes remaining. That amateur battle we'll keep an eye out for, but I'm really looking forward to this battle right now. Jan Bol for Huskenveld in the BMW versus Milan Teekins for Project Dynamics. He's driving the Lamborghini. It's the car he knows very well as he drives it in the real world. What can he do? Can the development, well, the young driver, academy driver for Lamborghini, what can he do? He's on the back of Bol. He's trying to push. He's got James Armstrong behind him as well, so he knows if he makes a mistake, he's not going to lose. He's going to lose a position, maybe a couple positions. As Melvin and Danes is right there. We'll wait and see. Taylor Lane is retired as well. Don't tell me that's another bad day for Taylor Lane. But the BMWs, they're kind of split out right now. Stefan's got quite a good lead at both battling Teekins. Teekins is going to go late into the braking at Redgate. They might have a little bit of touch. Oh, how they not touch, I don't know. But Teekins lost all the speed there trying to avoid Bol. They're side by side coming down the hill. Teekins will just take that P2. And Jan Bol can't make the move into the old hairpin. So Jan Bol goes down to P3 and Teekins takes second.
Jan Bol under threat from Armstrong. Armstrong just needs to sneak by wherever he can and not let Harry Melvin sneak up behind him. So he's checking his front and he's checking his mirrors at the very same time, coming up towards Dunlop Straight. Can he make the move coming into the hairpin? Come on, Ma. He's flashing his lights. He's flashing his lights. Come on, Ma. You can do it. Can we see 2 for 2?
Oh, it would not be good if it was 2 for 2. I'll tell you that right now. I know, but then Jan Bol's gone down another position. I've got to support the BMW every now and then, as I do race it quite a bit right now. But Armstrong is trying to make a move. I'll tell you what, Teekins at the moment is not beating the times that Stefan's putting out right now. And that's a BMW around here, which is very interesting. The gap is closing for sure, but they are matching lap times at the moment. So a 104.391, a 104.386. In fact, the BMW was faster last lap, but Tikins in that slipstream is just going to close in. So unless he makes a mistake, and you can see Stefan's made a mistake there through that slow corner of McLean's, and that is one of the corners he was telling us pre-second race interview that it is a struggle. And he's hit the grass as well, coming out of Copse. Not Copse, sorry, Coppice. So now Tikins is half a second, so he's in danger right now. He is in danger of losing the lead. I'll tell you who's in danger of losing the position right now. James Armstrong's going to go side by side with Jan Bol. Can Armstrong do what Campbell did last race? Can he make it round the outside? Doesn't even need to. Jan decides, I can't do it.
Just gonna, coming up to turn 1, Armstrong, I think, was 2 or 3 kilometers an hour faster than Bol was, and through this section here, Armstrong would have been absolutely threatening him every step of the way, just making sure that he was the biggest nuisance that he could be in that Project Dynamic Audi that he could be, and now he's in prime position to catch up to Tikins. Tikins needs to go ahead and try and get by Stefan Schlacher. Oh, going wide. That's not what you need to do.
I think he might have it here.
Ooh, he might, you know.
It's going to be a late move. He's standing up for it. He wants to force the issue right now. No, he decides not. Now, what is the launch he gets out of the S's? It's not good. It's not a good launch out the S's. It will have to be a late move down into Redgate if he wants this position. If Tikins wants to take the lead with 9:30 remaining, he will need to, and he can't do it. He cannot do it. We're on lap 17 of 26. I'm pretty sure I said 25 earlier, but no. It's going to be 26 laps at the moment, and it's going to be tight. Calculator is showing 25.08, so that could go down as Tikins continues to look. So we keep looking at this battle. We got to keep looking at the amateur battle. Well, nothing's happening in the amateur battle. Apart from Simon Dodd has lost a couple places. Ted Bradbury's in the pits.
His car is exceptionally damaged, and he just lost the rear end. Dodd is in 3rd position though, so he's doing well for himself, but he's under threat from Matthew Heatrick, and so he needs to keep it going as best he can. He does have tow from Louis Egerton, but starting from where did he start again? Overall, he started 25th. So he's gained a good amount of places, but he is under immediate threat from Dodd. Oh, that is Matthew Hitchcock coming on the inside.
Sorry, Rob, to interrupt. The lead's changed in the pro field. Tikins with the late move at Redgate has taken the lead. And that put the BMW in a Project Dynamic sandwich right now, as Armstrong can't do anything to Stefan right here. James and Ma will have to just hold off, but Tikins takes the lead of the race. He gets that lead after practically matching times once again. That this BMW's been quick though. You cannot deny it. It is, you know, it's struggling out there. It shouldn't be at the front in all due fairness, and he's kept it this far up. Jan Bol's gone down to 5th in the other BMW with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. This is a great drive from Stefan regardless in this BMW, but it looks like he's now in the pressure from James Armstrong, and Armstrong just has to just slow down and go slow in, fast out for the F's. Might make a move into Redgate, a little similar to what his teammate in the other Project Dynamic car, but that's a Lamborghini, did. As Stefan realizes this, Armstrong will have to go around the outside if he wants it. Can't make it, cannot make it. So reset. Oh, the BMW is so slow out of these corners, and you can see that Armstrong is not aware of it.
Oh, that was a bit of a net code. Oh, poor Danes. Side by side with Harry Wills, and that was a little slide from Harry, but that should not have been a hit. There was a good foot gap between the two of them.
And it's unfortunate. Yeah, the tail and the net code, in all due fairness, nothing to do with the drivers. And it is a European server. The net code has been
awful.
Spicy.
It's been awful.
Spicy tonight. Right.
I mean, we could say awful. I mean, it has been very bad. Because it's not us that suffers. It's the drivers that suffer primarily because of bad netcode.
There's been accidents tonight that has been caused by netcode.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame. This is not going to be a netcode battle. Though as Armstrong going to go around the outside, he can't do it. He can't do it. Now look how slow Stefan is in that BMW. Almost get bump drafted there from Armstrong. And now James is trying to look to see if he can go side by side and create an overlap, going down into the old hairpin. He's trying, and he can't do it. But he's forced the issue. Stefan's going to be on a different line, a slower line around the old hairpin. Meanwhile, there's a train starting to form here. Melvin, Bo, Wills, all starting. Can Armstrong make this? Is going to be a risky one if he makes it into McLean's. He tried. Oh, no! No! He desperation without a shadow of a doubt. And meanwhile, behind that, Bo and that's Will, and Axe going side by side for some positions. But, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Where else? Yeah, where else do you go?
Antonio Sammarco. Where did he start, actually? He started 20th. He's currently 8th, so he's doing very well in the McLaren. And he is up against Thomas Axe. Just trying to see if he can...
Yeah, sorry, just keeping our eye... I mean... A lot of these incidents tonight are just guys just trying to see if they can outbrake, but the straights are so tight. It's hard to make the corner. Sorry.
Oh no!
Oh, not again! It's happened again. And it's just it's just outbraking. It's trying to make a move, getting caught off by another driver's braking. And it's just, yeah, I just don't. We all like Donington, but the racing tonight has not been good. It's safe to say.
Hey, race 1 was great.
Race 1 was great. And the reverse split, we do know reverse splits do cause a lot of chaos. But this is just...
Too much chaos.
Maybe it's Donington, but a lot of guys.
I mean, it is Donington, to be fair now.
Yeah, not making the right moves or trying to outbrake somebody in corners that they. In all due fairness, these guys were talking about it earlier today. About look, these are careful corners, and look what happened in my VRS race, or look what happened in my IVRA league. Look at what happened. You've got to be careful. That's Milan Tikin's off. Milan Tikins is off. And he's gone off himself, just overcooking it at Coppice. So, James Armstrong's leading with 3 minutes to go, but it doesn't hide the fact. And I think Chaz Jacob there is saying it good. As the season goes on, drivers will get used to each other, and there is that respect. And a lot of these guys raced with each other last season, so they know of it. And some of these newer drivers, they're probably not used to it. They probably know each other from other leagues or racing in the high splits. Even the amateurs as well. We haven't talked a lot about the amateurs, but they've had their own little fair share of incidents as well. As Andrew Miller Callum Beaumont continues to lead the way with Chris Chatterton in P2 and Simon Dodd P3. That there's no real battles happening at the moment, as Matt Heatrick has unfortunately gone into the pit. There's no real battles happening apart from what's happening in the pros, but yeah, they'll get used to each other. That's one thing. They will get used to each other, but Donington is not that type of track where you're gonna get used to each other. Press day last week at Watkins Glen was fantastic for everybody. There was some fantastic driving. Everyone came out of it happy, and I think people were just getting a little bit, I wouldn't say impatient, but just pushing the envelope a little bit this race. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd agree. You're right there, Murray.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's safe to say this is not an indication of the league. It's not an indication of the drivers.
The driving is great, but it's just that I think it's track combination.
But we all know Donington. Well, yeah. I mean, we know what Donington. You were saying you've never raced in it. I've done it a couple of times. Skip Barber, VRS. You know, it's a good racetrack. But like I said, it's one of those things that you have to realize. GT3 is probably the fastest thing you should be doing around here, unless it's open wheel. And you've got to understand that it's an old track with narrow straights. We don't see this at Brands Hatch, which is almost the same thing with narrow straights. So why are we seeing it at Donington? And I think it is just a lot of braking, but racing will change. Remember, we've got Daytona coming up next week. And we've still got the final lap coming. No, it's not the final lap, sorry. Is it the final lap? It's going to be touch and go.
It is the final lap, I think.
Yes, you are right. It is the final lap. Sorry, we've gone on and on about other things. And you know what? I'm
Wait a minute, Cameron Beaumont's in the lead for amateur. I just realized.
Been in the lead.
No, well, yeah, I mean, I just clicked in my head. MSR this might be the race for them to get a win, to pick up that W.
But here comes the key thing, Rob. Because coming around to take the final chicane is James Armstrong. Is he going to... Now, he didn't go back-to-back, did he? He's not going to go back-to-back.
Is it a checker flag? I don't know.
It's not. No, it's white flag.
Oh, he just made it. He literally...
just made it.
He literally just made it.
But we have to be serious right now. In the history of the RacingSimRigs World Series, one man has done the double on an evening, and that's Christian Furs for the amateurs last season. No man in the pros has gone back to back, and there's been issues behind them. Issues behind them. What has happened there? It's Jan Bo, and that looks like that's Milan Tikin trying to make a late move into the old hairpin. There's no... Sorry, Milan. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Never going to happen there. Jan's got to make the corner. And Milan Tikin get P3. But with just the chicane to go, it's James Armstrong. He's got the Queen on his helmet, and we salute him. The Brit and the Project Dynamic Audi will come across the chicane one last time, and for the first time in RSR history, a pro driver goes back to back on an evening. James Armstrong wins race 2 at Donington.
That is Ma coming home first in 2 races, back to back. And Melvin coming home second for the boys in Eclipse Toys. Well done to him.
That's a great one. That's a great one for Eclipse. And I'll tell you what else is great. Callum Beaumont comes across the line for the win at the amateurs. That's a great result. Chris Chatterton will get P2 for the Eclipse. With Simon Dodd also. Eclipse take 3 of the 6 podium positions. That's a great day for the boys.
Hey,
they're going to be happy with
Dodd. That. Eve came 3rd. My boy's on podium. My boy.
That's a great result there for everybody. Eclipse guys, it's great to see them having great success. For Project Dynamics, seeing James taking that. Oh, I hope James does not have a direct drive wheel. Come on, boys. Oh, we missed the crash on the last corner. I do apologize. What happened there? We missed the crash on the last corner?
How could this happen to me?
Oh, Mark Bailey going side by side with Mark Fleming, going down to Dunlop Straight, and
oh, there goes his engine.
Wow, I think Mark Fleming was just not aware he wasn't pointing forward, or yeah, I think both of those guys weren't aware that they weren't straight, and they just came into each other. So that's Mark Bailey and Mark Fleming. The 2 Marks tried to fuse together, and the game said no. Yeah, and I will agree there with Ethan there in chat. This is the disclaimer just for anybody. Some people have direct drive wheels. Do not go full speed into people. You do not know if they have a direct... Yeah, I have seen videos of people getting cut open by direct drive wheels. I've seen people hurt from direct drive wheels. So just as a disclaimer for everybody, please don't.
Don't do it.
This is a hobby. This is a hobby. You shouldn't be injured from a hobby.
Oh, hang on. Wait, hang on. Wait. Hobby. What about fencing? That's a hobby. Football's a hobby. Wrestling's a hobby.
Right, so shall we go over the results?
Let's go over the results. Back to front, we have Josh Rayfield. Unfortunately for him, it just didn't click for him.
Would you like to go over the results?
I'll do it. Unfortunately, going back to front just to see the boys. Unfortunately, there we go. Just as you can see, unfortunate casualties of the race. And we're going to get into the actual results once we hit the person who was actually on the lead lap. But as you can see, a lot of people definitely didn't have the best of days today. Especially, unfortunately, Taylor Lane just not having the best of days. We get to Mark Bailey and Ida Lidmo, 28, 27 and 28 respectively. 26th was Mark Fleming. 25th, Henning Haig. 24th, Christopher Hamer. Liam Ahern in 23rd. 22nd, Daniel Merchant. John Williams in 21st. 20th was Louis Egerton. You really have not had a good day, Eggy. Like, you've just not had a good day. You need to qualify better. Christian Furs 19th, 18th, Ben Smith. Harry Wills in 17th. 16th was Andrew Miller. Well done to him. Simon Dodd, 3rd place for amateurs. 2nd place, Chris Chatterton for amateurs. And Callum Bowman takes that big W for the amateurs. Well done to the Midland Sim Racing crew on that result. Stefan Schlacher, 12th. Casper Decor, 11th. Thomas Axe in 10th. Chris Daines, 9th. Will Egby, 8th. Mustafa Mizrahi in 7th. Dennis Van Ach in 6th. Antonio Samarco in 5th. 4th was Jan Bol. Milan Tikens, 3rd. Harry Melvin, well done. And 1st was Armstrong. Back-to-back wins.
Who isn't returning my calls? I'm ringing and ringing and ringing, and he's not returning my calls, Rob. Is he ghosting me? Does he love me? What's going on? What's going on, man? I'll try and ask him again. I would love to get him on for an interview, but we'll wait and see. We do have Stefan waiting again. Unfortunately, wasn't the best race for him. Let's get Stefan in. Let's get Stefan in. Unfortunately, it was not the result you wanted, Stefan. But I'll tell you what, to be at the front for as long as you did was fantastic in a BMW.
Well, all I can say is, with the guys behind me, my stream chat and I, we just had the best laugh ever.
Oh, it was like that, was it?
The things we saw behind, just so outrageous. It's I don't know. I just had to laugh so many times because the people tried to place their cars where they just didn't have place to be there and still tried it. It's just funny to me.
Well, I mean, the man who did get lucky with the car placements is James Armstrong, who makes history. First pro driver to go back-to-back on an evening. Congratulations, James. I mean, that was... I don't know if it was more of a case of war of attrition there. I think the only overtakes you made was against Stefan and Jan Bol, but the BMWs. But well done in back-to-back.
Yeah, thanks. Well, first of all, I want to say sorry to Stefan for the move. He braked just a bit earlier than I did, and there was nowhere for me to go.
Sorry, I just jump in there. That's just a BMW. You have to brake early. This car doesn't stop. Have you seen the size of that car? Just doesn't stop.
I've never ever been behind a BMW before in a race, so yeah, sorry about that.
I just have to. That's what practice is for. that's what practice is for. Get yourself behind another car. Get yourself behind slower cars, because if you just practice on your own or practice just with fast cars, you never know what you're gonna do. So you have to practice with slower cars as well. Drive behind them, because only then you're gonna know how they're gonna react to stuff.
Yeah.
So and that's sorry, just to interject. That's how we apologize. It's good sportsmanship.
But I mean, at the same time, James, I mean, you had it was more of a survival race as well for you. How was it like avoiding what was going on?
Well, I mean, it was scary most of the time. Just track being blocked and having to find the one route through it is quite difficult when there's a massive bunch of cars around you.
Yeah, especially on such a track like Donington, which is it's never. You know how you see street racing and you get an accident in a street race and it blocks everything up? That's kind of like Donington, because there's nowhere to go. I think you saw it in the first race as well with Chris Campbell, but made it work, and you are now the leader of the championship. Only the second person to go back to back in a series. So, what can we expect from you at Daytona?
I've no idea really. I've only driven Daytona in the Lamborghini, so I don't know what it's going to be like in the Audi, and so we'll just see what happens when we get there.
I don't know if you've got anything to add, Rob.
I don't. No, not from me.
Yeah. Do you have anybody to shout out to, James?
Well, thanks to Project Dynamic for picking me up at the end of last season. Really good team, and really enjoy racing with everybody from Project Dynamic, and really enjoy racing in this league.
Stefan, same to you. Any shoutouts?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the gravel outside of turn 6 for catching me twice. Could have been a bit worse if that gravel would not have been there, but a wall. But no, in all seriousness, thanks to you guys for broadcasting it. Thanks to RacingSimRigs for the process they've put up. Thanks for everybody in the admin team that hosts this race course. They're doing a good job.
Well, all the best, guys, and we hope to see you for race 2 and for week 2. And James, Ma, we'll see you next week, Ma. We'll roll the red carpet out for you once again.
Yeah, thanks. See you next week.
All the best, James. All the best, Stefan. And now the one I really wanted to, Rob really wants to talk to. I think Rob's really excited to hear from this man. Simon Dodd get the podium for Eclipse Racing.
Simon,
Hello,
you've
Simon.
finally done it. You've
Hello,
finally done it.
It's
Go on, Rob. It's your time. You're happy.
How are you feeling, Simon? How you feeling? Are you feeling happy?
Over the bloody moon. Yeah, that was quite a race. At one point, I thought, hold on, I might actually get the win here. And then the faster voice came through.
You're just like, oh no, there's people that are faster than me. No.
Yeah, it's taken me 3 seasons, but I finally got myself a podium, so I'm pretty damn happy. And there was a couple of nice side-by-side moments down through the edges. Yeah.
Yeah, we did catch a few side-by-sides. Unfortunately, everything was happening at the front with the pros that we were like, oh, what's happening in the amateurs? What's happening in the amateurs? And we just lost what was happening in the amateurs sometimes. I think there was... Josh Rayfield Ted Bradbury had a moment, didn't he? He had an off. Chris Chatterton as well got by you. It's nice to see the Ferraris because it was like we were saying, the dominance of like the Audi and the Lamborghinis in the pros, and there's the Ferrari. So must have been a little bit tough trying to race around the Audis today. Surely.
Yeah, definitely. They've just got the legs on the straight, but then when I had a bit of a slipstream, I managed to just about keep them behind me somehow. But yeah, I had a slight moment with teammate Chris Chatterton. Unfortunately, I didn't even get the shout from crew chief. He didn't say car right, and I just turned in to take my normal apex, and he was there. But fortunately, I didn't even get a 0x pop up for it, so I'm sure his car was all right from that. Although I'm sure he's not particularly happy with me. So it was a lot of fun, that race. It has to be said.
And from a team standpoint, 2 Eclipse cars on the amateur podium, an Eclipse car on the pro podium. Got to be happy with that for the team.
Oh yeah, definitely. If only we could have like all team as points rather than set into teams of 2.
Well, would be good, yeah, would be good. But it's nice to see, we're used to the project dynamic and the RSR guys dominating. To see Eclipse, to see Eclipse come out and do it. It's the McLaren of the RSR World Series, if you know what I mean, from last season. So it's good to see. So I haven't got anything else to add, Rob. If you've got anything to say to Simon.
Well done, Simon. You finally cracked it.
Somehow.
Somehow.
I'll see if I can do it again. No promises, though.
Here's the hope of many more.
Indeed. Fingers crossed, eh?
Appreciate
That
it, Simon.
could be mine. Cheers, guys.
All the best, Simon. All the best. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Now, it is time for the shill, Craig.
Yes, I'll do it, because you always forget. So I'll do it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. We've got some new viewers here. Hi, Chad, by the way. It feels different, like, talking to you and me broadcasting instead of me talking to you and you broadcasting. So, hello, Chaz, if you're still there, and everybody else. If you've liked what you've seen in terms of the commentary standpoint, we promise the racing and race 2 will be better next week. Hit that like button, hit the thumbs up, as it is, not the like button, the same thing. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Once again, a link to our Discord underneath the video, and a shout out, of course, to trackcams22.com who provide these great cameras. Why is there an aerial camera of a hairpin we're not even using today? Thank you very much for going back to a normal camera. If you
I don't
would
control
like more,
these cameras.
I know. I'm not talking to you. If you would like to see more, because we do have some more racing this week, Friday night, as we do every Friday night, 1900 GMT, the European Sprint Series at Silverstone. So we're staying in England for a bit. But then Sunday, Robs, something major's happening Sunday, am I right? I think there's a race happening Sunday.
There is, in the Husqvarna GT Challenge.
No, I was actually on about the other race.
The big one. The majors.
The big one. The Major Series. Sunday afternoon is the Major Series. The Daytona 500.
That's on my birthday.
You get to celebrate the Daytona 500 on your birthday. Oh, no, sorry. It's February the 21st. I've got my dates wrong.
Yeah, you do.
Whoops, they pushed it back. So Sunday. Husqvarna GT Challenge. My shoe has gone bad. But the Husqvarna GT Challenge Sunday, 1945 GMT. I am now going to cane myself over the back as I completely butchered the one thing I am good at. So my name is Craig King.
My name has been Robert O'Brien.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good night, everybody.